Test.
Soldiers, onward!
start falling, 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 'cause we'll start falling.
against the tide. I wanna forget you, but you pull me in. I know this ocean is far too wide. I wanna forget you. Let me forget you. Push and pull, but you repel me, giving up this fight. Love and hate, we've blurred the lines. I'm giving up this fight. You've lost, but I don't feel I have won. I wanna forget you, but only time will heal. Too late to erase the bad we've done. I wanna forget you. Let me forget you. Push and pull, but you repel me, giving up this fight. Love and hate, we've blurred the lines. I'm giving up this fight.
Oh, yeah. Cut to live. All right, hey, JanaBot NA. Thank you, such dance skills. Welcome to the stream. This is the hype song, guys. I don't know. I've heard a couple other people suggest some hype songs. This is like the hype song for right now. This is gonna be the song that we get hyped to. And you guys probably can't even hear it because I think that it all faded out. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to XLNC Shoutcasting. I'm Jake Kelton. Wraith is not here yet. He actually is going to be here live in a bit. He's currently on his way to my house, and so we'll get him in once he gets here and, of course, gets his tea because Wraith does like his tea. But we're going to go ahead and get started. If you can't see, there's already a game prepped and ready. Teams, I should just go ahead and name this as Team 1. And this is Team 2, so that we're gonna have the defaults set and ready. JanaBot NA, if you are interested in getting into this game, feel free to join. Also, I figured out why. Oh, hold on, I need my Timo hat. That's why my headphones are kind of on, so I can get some music and hear the music in the background and hear what's going on with me. But the reason that I have headphones half on and half off is that I'm going to be shoutcasting tonight with the headphones off because Wraith is going to be here. We're just going to use my fancy desk mic. But that is actually why you've been able to hear all my typing, and why my typing has been so darn loud the last couple times I've streamed was that I unintentionally was using my desktop microphone to cast through, not my headset microphone. So following after today, I'll be back to using my headset microphone, not my desk microphone, so you won't have to get the crazy audio craziness. So, in-game name, JanaBot. I know someone who was a big WoW nerd who named their daughter Jaina. That is pretty crazy and totally awesome. Jana, it's Hurricane Jana. Can I do it? Can I not? I don't know. After playing Hearthstone, I kept calling Jaina. Yeah, I mean, they're pretty darn similar. I don't think most people are going to be too upset about that. Let's go ahead and invite Phantom of Temp, and let's see if Alan Magic Cat wants in on this game. I know sometimes he's too busy or working or something, so... Oh, Hurricane Jaina is your... That would make total sense. Hurricane Jaina. Hurricane Jaina, there you go. So I assume that you like playing Jaina bot lane, which is totally awesome because who doesn't love Jaina in the bot lane? So we could spam invite a bunch of other people. I don't want to fill it up too fast because I do want to see if we can get some new people in here. So, oh, another diamond. Hey, Al Magic Cat. Team Garen, obviously. Team Jacob, Team Edward. I'm Team Leona, most definitely, because Leona is all that matters. Leona is love, Leona is life. You heard it here. It's like a normal stream day now. Diamonds and flats, all the rage. Hashtag no hipster equals obviously, all diamonds are hipsters. That's just how it apparently is. They're everywhere on your stream. Diamonds and plats are pretty much everywhere unless you get into the rare gold and silver. So I'm getting to this stage. I know eventually, we're not there yet. We're still a small stream. But eventually, we're going to get to the point where we're going to have... oh, I should change this up here. Did I change it already? Yeah, live. Okay, cool. Eventually, we're gonna get to the point where we can have like all gold games, all silver games, or all gold and silver games, all plats, all diamonds, or all plat diamonds. We'll get there, guys. Don't worry, we'll get there. Right now, we're gonna have a little bit of everybody and everything, because that's what makes things fun. Lemur is in Champion Select, the nerd. He's playing without us. Wow, people can subscribe to you. Hey, GWH5095. You know what? Hold on. If you sub to me, I'm really sorry. I just realized I said earlier, I was like, dang it, I need to have that one thing. There was gonna be that one thing I was gonna miss. And that one thing that I'm gonna miss is stream labels. So I apologize if you did. If you didn't, don't worry. You do not have to. There's no reason to. Honestly, it was kind of just one of those things that, yeah, I got affiliate and it was awesome, and people could sub to me if they want to, but I usually just kind of roll my own way. So, why did everything minimize? Oh boy, oh boy. Does anyone get that with the new Windows 10? That if you hold something for too long, everything minimized? Don't worry, I said to you about 12 hours ago. I know, Resdra, that was awesome. I super appreciate it. Okay, so cool. Resdra hosted you for one viewer, and Gerbil 2019 or 13 was last week, so should be all up to date, and everything is rocking and rolling. So, I mean, you have a former challenger. I know, Zabumafu was challenger, and I think we even had a master at one point. So, looks like Hurricane Jana left. Sad day. That's all right, Jana. We appreciate you dropping by, whether you followed or not, and hanging out for the short time that you did. Sometimes games can get a little slow to get started, and that's okay. That is okay. Because the thing is that most people on the East Coast don't really get on until like 10 o'clock anyway, and then most people on the West Coast don't get on until, hey, Cat's on, until much later anyway. I mean, you're talking like 11 o'clock or later for the West Coast peoples. Oh, what I could do is I could friend Hurricane Jana, just in case. She can decide if she wants to friend me or not. She can decide if she wants to friend me or not. Up to her. Up to her. Hey! Welcome, peeps. I think GWH, I feel like I've seen that before. Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe not. Okay, so I was watching some of the newer changes, guys, that are gonna come to League of Legends in the near future, the next patch or 3, I want to say. Stuff like a lot of runes are gonna be changed up. LeBlanc's obviously getting a huge rework, rebalancing rework. Wukong's supposed to be OP as heck. Darius is supposed to be a little reworked. There's a lot of top laners that have been reworked. Rageblade is not going to be nearly as OP, so you don't have to worry about the Rageblade. Ah, there you are. Okay, so Winger 9-25. All right, cool. See, I did recognize it. So. I mean, most of the pieces are there. 90, 5-5, lots of 5s. Hey, Blues 87, are you shoutcasting games on Saturday? Legends Series II starts Saturday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'll post that in the chat too. Sounds like Wraith is here, but he's gonna get his tea most likely before joining us, which is fine because we got a little bit of time to kill before everyone gets into the lobby. Resta, I might watch, might not, who knows? Resta, you're one of the most you're one of the on more often than not people. I think you and like Catinator are 2 of the top people for the stream. I really don't want to send this yet because I don't want to annoy peoples. They're like, man, this Jake guy keeps sending us invites over and over. Wraith, how you been?
Pretty good. Why does your house smell like fruit?
Because I use a little bit of Febreze just to make it smell a little bit nicer. So
I thought you were gonna say.
I live here, so I might not know all of the scents. But I thought maybe adding a little bit of fancy Febreze would add to the ambiance.
I thought you were going to say because I have a wife now.
Oh, that's true. I could have said that. So, hey! Welcome, Symbiosis. I know, right?
Like
Symbiosis. That's pretty awesome. Jake. I need to grab Discord invite. Oh, I think they might have been typing sup. They might have been typing sup. Getting all my copy and pastes ready. Did you bike on your lame Fuji? I don't know, what is a Fuji?
Oh, he's talking about my bike.
Oh, your bike is a Fuji?
Apparently, and he remembers that. So props, Alamagicat, for remembering completely useless data. Well done. You get a round of applause. Now, so we've got 4 more slots. Actually, 5 more slots because you're not in the.
I could play and shoutcast at the same time. I have skills, just not that good skills.
Skills with a Z.
Yes. Has skills. Well, no. It's only useless if you're not into bikes.
Yeah.
I suppose that's fair.
I would bike to school every day, but I have to cross this terrifying bridge that has no median whatsoever or any bike lane, and drivers in Charleston are really stupid. So I have a little bit more respect for my life than most people.
You need to get a mod. You needed to give a mod okay for that aloe for the bike comment. Yeah, I know. I'm not really sure. I think it was the lame that flagged it, but I thumbed it up. So. Oh, Blues 87. Yes, yes, you are. You and Insanima are playing in Liquid. I believe it is Optimum. Yeah, so it's really cool that 2 of the stream people are playing in the team Liquid Optimum on Saturday in the tournament. So I posted a thing on the Facebook page as well as on Discord that I was like, I have to try really hard not to favor Liquid Optimum because there's players from the stream. So you can take the entire lane over if you want to, Ray. If you feel as though it is unsafe for motorists to pass, you're allowed to take the lane.
Legally, yes. In Charleston,
There's legal and then safe, and they're 2 different things.
I would not trust anybody behind me who drives in Charleston. I feel like I drive a truck, and I feel nervous driving in Charleston that people are going to run into me. It's just like you have to have an IQ below 40 in order to be a native driver of Charleston.
Oh, seductive sushi. I like it. I should just copy and paste this whole thing instead of just trying to type it little by little.
I was going to say it, but,
You were.
I was thinking.
Everyone was probably thinking it. Mass?
Hummus. Is he trying to say hummus? But
Hummus?
hummus? Hummus?
Massachusetts? Because that's Italy, it's from Massachusetts. I got stuck with the Mississippi having too many S's.
Alright, let's,
Phantom of Temp, I think, is currently thinking of team names. Possibilities. We need Briar here with his thousands different things. Pole vaulting pirates?
vaulting pirates.
Vaulting pirates. That's almost like revolting pirates. That's a long name. I don't know if my stream can handle that. The length of the name. let's just do Vaulting Pirates. Take out the team part of it and just Vaulting Pirates. Oh, it looks like somebody headed out.
Versus homicidal
Oh, Seductive Sushi and Symbiosis are still here, so
Yeah,
I don't know who
it
the-
was
hey.
you. It was you.
Oh, it was me. Ah ha ha. Oh ha ha ha. I am smart. Hey! I don't know if Gale Traxon will stick around or not. But if he does, cool. If he doesn't, that is totally fine. That's a friend of mine who I know IRL. That is, I can say his first name. Noah. So,
yes.
twin brother of Sam, who I talk about a lot because Sam comes over here way more often than not.
Gotcha.
I got no team names. No team names. Hey, welcome.
I think homicidal squeegees is a good one.
Oh, Josh left. Okay, no wonder. No, he's in, he's out, he's in, he's out. What is he? There he is. He's back.
Hey!
Josh shot you 27 times? Is that like shut you? Shot you. Alright, I'll come up with the name for Team 2. Team Vaulting Pirates versus
Squeegees.
no. Versus Bounced Check. Yes. Versus Bounced Check.
That's impressive.
I don't know. I mean, it could be a good thing if you're writing people blank checks and, you know, they bounce.
I'm pretty sure it's never a good thing when your checks bounce, Jake. Because
Okay.
that means you didn't have enough money to cover the check in the first place. And then the bank charges you extra money for not having enough money in the first place.
Cash check. No, I like bounced check better. Bounced check. I bounce all mine. I mean, it's pretty true. Very true. Cover it in rubber. It'll bounce. Alright, let's check out these rankings real quick here. Bronze, gold, gold, bronze, silver, silver, plat, gold, gold, plat.
Put blues 87 on the other side.
Yeah, and I'm looking at who he should trade with. And I'm thinking he should trade with Gale. Blues 87. Can you trade with Gale Trax? I don't know if Gale Trax and his icon is. Oh, look, there it is. Nope, Seductive Sushi switching over. I mean, that's cool too. I don't know. This works for me. I think that Seductive Sushi is a silver or a gold. Now Slam is showing Gale Traxon in. What happened? What has happened? Does it say Gale Traxon left? Oh, he left. He did leave. Aw, Gale Traxon. I thought he might. He's not one for custom games very often, so.
Alright.
These teams are fun. Let's go. Oh, there we go. Hey, welcome. Welcome, Mr. Priss. Is that like Prissy?
Yes.
We'll give him a minute, and then, he's a gold. I think it should be fine.
Let me put my daughter
Sup-
to bed.
Okay. Let us know when you are back.
Let
Like, he has last pick, so we could probably start because he doesn't have to pick or ban anything until way late.
Yeah.
So,
But still, we don't have to.
yeah, that's true.
Restart.
All right, we'll give him just a minute to put his daughter to bed. Congratulations on having a daughter.
Unimportant things like that.
Hey, Fadelol, it's going pretty well, man. Going pretty well. Going pretty well. We got Wraith here in the house, live, hanging out. I'm gonna move the camera over a little bit more. You can see your pretty face, just a hair better. I'm excited to get a shelf in the background so I can put up some cool stuff that I've been trying to pick up. Bro, this is legit taking longer than That my father to be proud of me. Okay, back. Start it up. I can type. Symbiosis. What channel are we in? Discord channel. Somebody else tell them. Somebody on that team, let them know that the Discord channel number 2 is the one to jump into. So, Alamagicat, you should be able to inform him in chat which team to join into. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, new people and old, welcome to XLNC Shoutcasting. I'm Jay Kelton with my duo coast partner, and by coast I mean co-host partner Wraith, who is hanging out live in the house. We shoutcast games, we shoutcast normals, customs that you guys get to play, and you can be any rank, and we will do our best to shoutcast it like the pros, have fun, analyze it, get some MVPs and honorable mentions going on after the game. It is all for fun. Feel free to follow if you enjoy the content. If you don't worry about it. We'll be here every Tuesday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
And this weekend at 9 o'clock.
And we're doing a tournament, hosting it for Legends Series number 2. Going on this weekend, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, because everything that happens here apparently starts at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And yeah, it's going to be pretty awesome. It's going to be 6 weeks. 5 of those are going to be a double round robin, single elimination game, and then a final best of 5 top 2 to determine who's the winner of the tournament. It's going to be pretty exciting. Hope you guys join us for watching. We have some stream people that are going to be in the games as well. But it will be lots of fun. I'm really excited about getting that to go this weekend. So, Gnar, Evelyn, Rakan, first couple bands coming out. I've seen Gnar play it a lot in pro scene. Evelyn, not played that much, but can definitely one-shot champions. And a Heimer band away. It's just got music playing, but I can take it out if you want. So, it just got the background music playing. Just curious.
Yeah, anyway, so looking at this, Heimerdinger is a very curious band. You can see some people managing to pull off a really clean Heimerdinger. We haven't seen Heimerdinger take over a game on stream, and of course, Alamagicat making sure that we don't, at least not in this game. Now, it's hovered, and yes, the Scion will be picked up. A very reliable pick, provides tons of engage, lots of CC, and a favorable matchup into most tank top laners. Winger 9025 banning away the Gnar, who's one of his poor matchups, and so he's automatically picking himself one of those semi-winning tank lanes, and of course he's going to beef up in the late game and just be a team-fighting monster. LeBlanc and Caitlyn both picked up incredibly strong laning phase champions. Caitlyn, of course, going to be abusing her range advantage in the early levels, and LeBlanc, you know, just going to be one-shotting people.
Yeah, LeBlanc hasn't been updated yet. That's supposed to be 8.5, I think, before she gets...
We're on 8.5, so I think 8.6.
8.6 maybe. So I don't think she's received the full updated buffs that she's going to get, but it doesn't change the champion skills all that much. It just changes a lot of the ratios that she's going to be played on. So maybe COBO6 is getting warmed up on that champion before it goes. So how's LeBlanc now? Haven't seen her played in a while. Okay, so maybe she is on live updated. I have to check that. But generally speaking, she's about the same. She just does 1v1 trades a lot stronger. She's a lot more powerful in lane, a lot better at assassination. Basically, took what she was already okay at and just pumped that up a lot better. However, as per usual, being an assassin, she's really bad in team fights, so she wants to be group powered very early on. And we see a Master Yi and a Vayne come out for Team Vaulting Pirates.
Yeah. 010 really brave in this circumstance right here. Picking the Vayne into Alamagicat's Caitlyn. That is traditionally probably the worst lane matchup in the game. Of course, if Vayne manages to make it out with even CS and without dying.
Uh-oh. No, did somebody leave? No. Who left? Mr. Priss left. Sad day. Sad day. I'm getting trolled. Seductive Sushi, how'd you get trolled? Did they ban away your champs?
Not really.
Well,
No.
generally speaking, we don't allow trolling, or we try to make sure that trolling doesn't happen.
If you're gonna troll,
But-
do it well.
If you're gonna troll, do it right.
We do not approve crappy trolling.
This is true.
If you can pull off Trinity Force Braum mid and make it work,
Well, but is it
do it.
really trolling if you can go Trinity Force Braum mid and make it work?
yes. Yes, it's still trolling. That just means whoever you're playing against is bad.
So everything Nong Nong plays is trolling.
Yes, Nong Nong is a troll. However, he's a good troll. He's really good at trolling. He's better at trolling than I am at playing real games. Like going 0 and 18 is Vigar mid.
Hey, Fadlol's in!
Yay!
Welcome, Fadlol. Glad you could join.
Somebody ban Shako.
Symbiosis. Start us up.
Round 2.
Round number 2! There are better Miz on the blog, but she's not entirely horrible. I mean, that's a pretty decent way to express it. Alright, round number 2. We'll get it one day, smoothly rolling. So we should have different picks and bans, but I like that it's showing us what was previously picked, so we can actually talk about what was previously picked.
So we can analyze the game that will never happen, Jake. What could have happened and... Oh!
First out of the gate.
First ban.
Out of the gate.
To be fair, Fadlol is probably the best Shako that we have on this stream. Actually, definitely the best Shako.
Yeah, is that even a question?
No. There's not. It's not a very contested title. However, he's number 1 with a vengeance. So, banning away the Nunu, probably in one of the most irritating junglers to play against. Not really even because he's that strong. He just eats all your stuff.
Secures every camp. When you have level 2, level 3 Nunu, either solo or with a little assistance taking first Drake as soon as it spawns, when you have Nunu just taking away every single buff that you have in the jungle and you can never be able to keep track of all of them, that's just annoying. The only way you can beat that is to take a true engage champion like a Kha'Zix, a duelist, somebody that can actually do enough damage to push him out of the jungle very early on. But even then, you can never truly shut jungle Nunu down. He's just going to consume his way through everything.
Yeah, basically he's an objective controller. He watches, oh, you're ganking? Well, you don't have a bot side jungle or a top side jungle.
Or a jungle.
Yeah, and then he just waddles his way into lane, spits a snowball at somebody, and lets his lane do the rest. Because he doesn't really gank that well.
Now, to be fair, they took away Tracker's Knife, so he's not going to have vision on the enemy jungler nearly as much as he used to be able to have it. Also, I do appreciate the kind of honor system that we have going on here, that neither side, even though they saw what the other one previously picked, neither side banned away those champions, instead kind of allowing people to repick those champions that they wanted, and instead banning some other strong champions, the Volibear. Tom Kench I've seen a lot in NALCS because of his roam potential. You're talking especially with Spellbook, being able, Unsealed Spellbook, being able to teleport to the top lane and then ult back towards the bottom lane. He has a lot of mobility, taking a champion with him as well, a lot of 3-man ganks in the top lane. That won't be happening this game, but I've seen him come out surprisingly a lot recently.
Yeah, he's kind of like Shen, who brings an AD carry with him.
Right.
So he's definitely getting that global pressure in full LCS gameplay. Globals are probably the most contested champions in the game. Gangplank in the top lane is a hyper-scaling win condition champion, but the reason he's so heavily picked is because he can affect other lanes without leaving lane himself.
Right.
So he can get himself a farm advantage, still have global pressure, while his lane opponent has to expend something like teleport in order to affect that fight.
Okay, so we have a lot of similar locations picked up here. You see, other than Kayn in the jungle, that's kind of uncontested on the other side, and LeBlanc in the mid lane, uncontested on the opposite side. You've got top lanes picked for both sides. ADCs picked for both sides, both teams. So I'm thinking that there's going to be those... It looks like they're making it just easier for LeBlanc in the mid lane, banning away the Yasuo. I can imagine some supports being banned away, but it doesn't seem like either side are focusing on the supports so much.
Yeah, I know.
Vaulting
I
Pirate's
would
looking
say a
at-
mid lane
to the
pinch
jungle.
and a jungler pinch would probably be the best thing, and it does look like that's what's happening. Two mid laners, though Brand isn't often played mid. He actually has a really terrible win rate in the mid lane, and picking Brand into LeBlanc I think would kind of be suicide with all that mobility coming through. But Yasuo definitely a decent ban against LeBlanc. Wind Wall kind of shuts her down a little bit, like it shuts everyone down. That's my least favorite skill in the whole freaking game. So we're hovering over. It looks like a Shyvana going to be picked up. Shyvana probably, or at least on the last 2 patches, has been a menace in the jungle. If she power farms out, she can just jump in one shot. An 80 carry, let me tell you, having something with 4,000 health come flying out of the jungle and kill you faster than a Zed as an 80 carry is just one of the best feelings in the game.
Best feelings.
And if she doesn't one shot you, she half healths you, and then you try and kite her, and you don't do any damage because she's built in full tank and can still one shot you.
So I like some of these support pickups here. Seductive Sushi going to Braum, which is going to add those concussive blows stacking so fast with the Lucian. Very good composition there. And then on the opposite side, Fadelul being able to pick up the Alistar, going to get a lot of distance between whoever's trying to engage on Caitlyn. He has the knockback, he has the knockups, as well as being able to CC chain someone for a long period of time, letting Caitlyn stack up those auto hits as well as the crits. Going to be really powerful for both of them. So looking across both sides, actually, let's go ahead and run through the players and their champions before the game gets started, and then we'll do some analysis on that. So take it away for Team Vaulting Pirates.
For Vaulting Pirates, we've got Winger 9025 on Scion in the top lane, 010 on Lucian in the bottom lane, ADC role, Phantom of Temp playing Kane in the jungle, Blues 87 on Katarina in the mid lane, and Seductive Sushi bringing it out strong on the Braum in the support role.
And for Bounced Check, I know, my bad name, but Alamagicat taking the Caitlyn, bottom lane ADC, Symbiosis with the LeBlanc in the mid lane, bringing that new champ, who's definitely not new, out. Butternuts X with the Riven in the top lane. Josh Shot You 27 with the Shyvana in the jungle. And last but not least, Fadelul on the Alistar in the bottom lane support role. So, across the board, what do you see when it comes to team compositions and which should take the win?
Okay, in the bottom lane, you have Caitlyn, who is traditionally a poke laner. Basically, Kate takes any lane and puts and turns it into a poke lane. You have a terribly strong one. Like in the bottom lane, you have several combinations that are just very potent when put together. Caitlyn Morgana is one of those, and another one is, or Jhin and Leona is another. Lucian Braum is one of the strongest because the double taps out of Lucian's Light Slinger stacks Braum passive very quickly. So if Braum lands Winter's Bite and gets a stack of concussive blows, Lucian can dash forward and instantly proc it and then get his whole combo down and walk away before the stun wears off. So unless Alamagicat's Caitlyn can space really well, and avoid that engage, Braum and Lucian have an advantage going into this lane. Blues 87, and this is going to be a very skill-oriented matchup in the mid lane. Katarina versus LeBlanc. It's a burst assassin lane. Whoever gets the first kill is probably going to end up snowballing the lane, roaming around, picking up kills.
I see a lot of micro play because they're both high mobility champions. LeBlanc wanting to be using her distortion to move around in the lane, both picking up farm and slowly harassing Katarina with the Qs and lining up multiple spells. And then for the Katarina, she's got to play around those daggers to get the AoE whenever she's opposed to them. And so it's going to be a lot of that micro play, and whoever is truly on top of that champion should be able to come out with dominance.
Totally agree. As for the jungle matchup, I'm giving the edge slightly to Shyvana, as she's a better late game scaling. Unless Phantom of Temp manages to pull out the Kayn and get really fed, Shyvana's going to have more late game impact. Scion versus Riven. Unless Riven gets crazily fed ahead of the Scion, Scion's more useful in the late game. Riven, she has to get really fed to become a team fighting monster, and I haven't seen that happen in a long time. However, Butternuts might actually manage to show us something we haven't seen before. So, skill-oriented matchup, if Ribbon gets fed or zones Scion out and he can't get tanky, then she'll be at an advantageous position. But default, the lane goes to Scion just for late game viability.
Yeah, I'm curious to see, across the board, both teams have some seriously good compositions that one would want to see in a game like this, because you've got at least two front lines between both sides. You're talking the Scion and the Braum for Vaulting Pirates. You're talking the Shyvana and Alistar for Bounce Check. You've got your Assassins on both sides of the Katarine and LeBlanc. You've got those ADCs that are fairly safe ADCs between the Caitlyn and Lucian. So very even teams. So I think that the snowball effect is going to be one of the biggest changers for this game, because whichever team can get that snowball going, whether it's Kayn ganking in the mid lane to get Katarina ahead, or whether it's going to be the Shyvana pushing the bottom lane to make sure the Caitlyn gets first turrets, gets that bonus gold, can start to move to other lanes and take other turrets down. Whichever team starts to make those proactive plays should be the team that gets a pretty good advantage in the game.
Agreed. However, in the late game, I do have to give just a champion advantage to Alamagicat's Caitlyn over 010's Lucian. However, we have seen 010 absolutely pop off on Lucian before. Lucian's just a more difficult champion overall to execute in the late game team fighting phase. But not saying it can't be done. We've seen 010 do it before, so we're going to be looking to see how these lanes pan out, who gets first turret, who manages to secure objectives in the early, mid, and late game.
Now, I see a huge opportunity for Vaulting Pirates to try to get an invade happen, because you've got the Icy Blows from the Braum, which can stack those concussive blows. I know it's Winter's Bite on his Q. They can start stacking those concussive blows, as well as the knockup from
Landex.
the Scion. Hey, Landex! What's up? Fancy green name. So there could be that opportunity for a very powerful invade from Vaulting Pirates, but it appears that they are not interested in doing that. And instead, just going to play it safe and get that vision down.
You're absolutely right. That early game advantage with the Braum definitely lends itself to an aggressive invade style. Hold on, Phantom of Tempt has found Butternuts, and he has the assistance of Blues 87, but it's just going to be half health.
We didn't even talk about Phantom of Tempt on a jungle Kayn. This is a guy that's known for the mid lane Anivia, the mid/top lane Akali, and the bottom lane Morgana from last week's Tuesday stream. But I suppose he has played Akali in the jungle before, instead going to take a little more of a meta jungle this time around with the Kayn. But I'm really excited to see Phantom Tempt pull this one out, because it is definitely something we haven't seen out of him before.
Always nice to see an old faithful player and pull out something new in the trick bag. All right, so just the leashes coming through, a little bit of trading in the mid lane, nothing scary. Trying to push out and get level 1, level 2. Hold on, we've got a little bit of a trap set up.
Here it is. So nice placement, going to take Alamagiccat. Very low flashes. Oh! From 010.
No!
Probably typing in chat right there. I have to mark that. I'm actually going to start doing this because I do want to make some stream highlight stuff. We're going to go ahead and say game 1 fail flash at the 2-minute mark. I'm going to quietly mark those things down. But if you see some awesome highlight stuff, guys, definitely let us know, because I want to make some of those stream highlights. But it does look like the Caitlyn was able to back. However, pretty good damage down on the Alistar. Fadelol knocking him down below half health. So he's going to have to play very safe in the bottom lane, giving a huge just advantage for the Vaulting Pirates in that bottom lane. It's just lane pressure alone.
An experience advantage, because Caitlyn is going to lose so much XP, at least a wave and a half. And that's going to give Lucian probably level 3, almost before she gets level 2. Depending on how well they zone it. Unfortunately, the lane is actually frozen here. They didn't manage to get it under the turrets, so she's not going to lose as much XP as she could have. As a general rule, when you force your opponent back, you want to shove the lane as quickly as you can underneath the tower. That'll force your opponent to lose as much XP and gold as possible while they're back shopping.
Really quick, do you know what rune it is that gives the 3 marks? Scion's using it on Scion. Bone plating. Thank you. Landix was wondering. We all knew that it was a rune, but didn't know the name of it. So bone plating.
Bone plating reduces the damage of the next 3 spells that hit you shortly after taking damage, and I believe it has a 20-second cooldown.
The analyst comes through once again, which I'm trying very hard to get my analytics down. There's a channel that I just recently started following heavily that goes through and in detail talks heavily about every change that's happening. But nice damage down onto the Alistar. Can't quite get the concussive blows. However, Magic Cat is falling very, very low as 0-0 is just so oppressive in lane, continuing to push them back, and now has a 5 minion farm lead in that bottom lane as Magic Cat's just trying to poke from a distance. In the top lane, farms about even, harass is about even, but something to note is that Riven still is sitting on those 2 potions, just popped her first one, as Scion only has the Doran's shield to keep himself safe up there.
Of course, D shield is also gives you a ton of passive regen, as well as 20 bonus health every time you get you take damage. Now, Josh Shot You is on the bottom side of the map, so this Braum and Lucian lane needs to definitely respect that. Back off, drop some wards, but because it looks like they're getting collapsed on.
Oh, it does, and Alistar is one of really good CC in the bottom lane. They're moving aggressively forward. Shyvana has the red buff as well, stacking those slows. They're going to get the stun down from the concussive blows onto Shyvana. The Q misses from the Braum, unable to jump to the Lucian without the flash. Now Josh Shot You very low health. Kane comes in, Phantom Attempt, jumps in, flashes over the wall. I believe, yeah, it used the flash, so nothing going to happen. A great gank there from Josh Shot You on the Shyvana from bounce check.
And that hurts so much because the failed flash from Lucian comes back to haunt him. If he has flash in that situation, he survives it. Or if he gets a kill in that situation, they might be able to have DPS to turn it around. Either way, just a heartbreaker, a mistake that really turns the course of the lane. Scion using TP in the top lane to come back to lane, and Butternut's taking advantage, just getting a little bit of poke down.
Nice little movement of the minion, gets that extra little poke on Riven before she leaves. Teleport in the top lane first. Now, something to note is that teleport has been used by the Katarina in the mid lane, whereas Symbiosis still has her teleport up as well. Now, Harass is a little bit lower, because she obviously hasn't backed yet. Katarina going ahead and starting that magic resist. Gets the ult down, the flash forced out from Symbiosis, but the flash from Blues 87 as well. Nice kill there, just chases her down inside the jungle. Flash for flash, 1 for 1. But Symbiosis can use the teleport to get back to lane, so shouldn't lose too much XP off of that one.
Indeed, and as we were saying before, this Katarina, very smart to pick up the early magic resist. Sometimes when an assassin matchup, it's better to pick up defense against your opponent rather than offense early, because your kit alone at the early levels is probably going to do enough damage to one-shot them, and the same vice versa. So it's kind of, the one who strikes first strikes last.
Right.
And also puts you in a very volatile situation where a gank to come in.
Oh, nice stun there from the Riven. Stops the Q from Winger 9025 on the Scion. Wants to get those slams down, but cannot find the CC. And instead just goes back to farming. Did start that Balmy Cinder looking for the Sunfire Cape just to get that passive farm down. It's really easy mid to late game on Scion to walk into a huge group of minions with your shield, explode that, as well as have the Sunfire Cape. Oh, that might die, yeah. Beautiful play there from Riven, just harassing him down, throwing down the ult which he had before he had his own. And I don't think he's going to get the revenge kill, even though he gets Riven fairly low. And Butternuts comes out with the lead in the top lane.
Yeah, it's always somewhat amusing to see somebody, do the...
Oh, Lucian going in the bottom lane. The concussive blow stacks onto the Alistar are not activated. Magic Cat stunned up, though. Nice wall from Braum. Tries to keep 0-0 healthy. Magic Cat uses the heal just to try to get out of range, but 0-0 snipes her down with a nice relentless pursuit. Alistar should be able to tank his way out as Blues 87 in the mid lane with another great ult. Cleans up a kill onto the LeBlanc once again. And Alistar will be fine, however, underneath turret, forces the flash out from Seductive Sushi in the bottom lane. Riven already one kill, double stun. Very nicely done. Chases in onto 0-0 on the Lucian. Decides instead to turn to Phantom Attempt. Gets his movement through the wall. And with that heal, should be able to escape. But Nice TP from Butternuts allows for an extra kill. However, the Scion is going to be able to free push that top lane to the turret.
I almost want Lucian, and he's not going to, but I wish Lucian had stuck around out of vision. When you have a large wave like that coming to you, it's often good to fake a back because your lane opponent is almost always going to shove the wave in and then back themselves, but then hide in the fog of war, make them think you've backed, then take that wave and shove all the way back to their tower. That forces them into a situation where they either have to take a suboptimal back, starting their own stuff.
Oh, this Katarina started to do so much damage. Early stages of the Gunblade has been completed. Puts LeBlanc very low health. Not quite able to get the kill. Shyvana around the corner, but that is a half-health Katarina against a full double buff Shyvana. Ooh, with a Shumpo into the mid. Nah, Blues 87 has a resets on the Shumpo way too quickly. Shumpo. Can of Shumpo. Blues 87, DC or bait. That kind of looks like
Who's baiting who?
I'm not really sure what all went down there. Maybe started to type and then kind of accidentally clicked in a little bit too far there. But that is it. I think they just wanted to prove me wrong and give the kill over to Shyvana because I said that Shyvana shouldn't be able to kill Katarina, and yet
you were right.
Here I am, incorrect, because Katarinas can always just walk right into their doom.
Yep, Winger is out of mana right now.
Ooh.
We've gotten all in.
Yeah, ult from Braum, gonna knock up both bottom laners for bounce check. However, the Caitlyn able to 90 caliber net herself to safety for the moment, but 0-0 goes right back in, gets the double auto text. However, a root plus the knockback from Alistar almost spells the doom, and with LeBlanc coming down here, should be able to easy pick up one. Fade Lul kind of moving in, looking for the CC, and with the lockup from Symbiosis on the LeBlanc snare for Seductive Sushi might spell the doom of this Braum, but Fade Lul's in a bunch of minions. Will it be enough? And it looks like the Alistar just barely able to escape. However, Seductive Sushi making them work for that kill.
They just got LeBonked.
Oh. Now, we didn't notice that earlier the first Drake did go over to bounce check. Shyvana very quick to clean that one up. Josh shot you getting it, putting them at a Wind Drake. And the next Drake, ooh, okay, I don't think we're going to see a true kill. Trying to prep that enchanted
Little
chains.
prediction.
It is an Infernal Drake up next, so very high value target.
Yeah. Now, I've heard legends and mysteries, but none of this has been confirmed. What they're going to do to the Wind Drake in coming patches is that they are planning to make it to where the buff does not fall off in combat. It gets cut by a third.
Katarina, nice ult, avoids damage from the jungler. However, Phantom of Temp here looking to try to finish off Josh shot you, sorry. Because there is a Joshitsu?
Joshimitsu.
Joshimitsu, that's right, who does play on the channel on occasion. And tongue twister there one. But Josh shot you, able to escape through the mid lane. But this LeBlanc having a rough game. 2 and 3 was able to pick up those 2 kills in the bottom lane. Kind of sets her a little bit back up, but not quite enough.
Yeah, and remember that Blues 87 did pick up the early magic resist, so despite the fact that LeBlanc is in a decent position in items, she's not going to be able to duel the Katarina because Kat has both damage and resist rather than just straight damage of
Fade Lul gonna be locked up, just the stun. However, he is very tanky and has his ult as well, so definitely not in any danger. In the mid lane, LeBlanc in danger, having to jump back to her clone. Distortion keeping her safe there. She gets back underneath the turret, but with very low health. Opportunity for Katarina to jump on her once again. Sion having a rough time in the top lane with those stuns from the Riven. Oh, Blues 87. The burn is complete, and that's going to be her going down as 0-0 in the bottom lane. Relentless pursuing to safety. Braum here as well. Nice block. Throws out the ult. And understanding that Caitlyn is the damage dealer, Alamagicat goes down once again. Now 3 and 2 on this Lucian. Tries to clean up the Alistar as well. He jumps back in, getting a knockup, but the double kill is complete for the Lucian. Seductive Sushi gonna fall. Actually, Josh shot you, getting both kills in the bottom lane. A little late to the party, but
5 and 0 on this jungle Shyvana. Definitely going to be a little bit of a nuisance in the late game.
Oh, Scion ulting up. Oh, Riven just dashes right past.
I will destroy you.
I'll destroy the minions in the wave that are pushing onto my turret. So
it's always amused me watching somebody ult away with Scion because he's like shouting curses of "I'm going to destroy your mother and your soul" as I'm running away.
Later, not right now. Ult from the Kayn. I think it was actually Josh shot you that hit the blast cone with a little help from the Infernal Drake. Katarina picks up her 4th kill of the game, now with double active items. Early Blade of the Ruin King, as well as, it's not completed Gunblade, but it's just the Hex Tech Revolver. He is just all over the map, doing really good work.
Yeah, I would definitely prefer to, hold on, we've got an engagement.
0-1-0, using, he has the Blade of the Ruin King, sorry, it's just the Build Dwar Cutlass for the Katarina. Blade of the Ruin King finished on the Lucian, and Winger should die. Yep, nice ult there from Butter. Going to be able to clean that one up. Fadelol in the bottom lane in trouble once again. Seductive Sushi on top of these stuns. Exhaust down as well, putting up the Unbreakable just to tank up some of those tower shots. And a nice cleanup kill in the bottom lane. 0-1-0 once again, getting one of those two. 5 and 3. LeBlanc showing up here. Katarina has used most of her spells, though they are very fast cooldowns.
Really liking how Blues 87 played that. He was in front of Braum when he was walking forward. Tags Caitlyn with an auto attack and then paths backwards briefly, allowing Braum to take the turret aggro and then walking forward rather than going forward himself. That's the easiest way to get turned around on. Now, the Shyvana is waiting just around the corner to come over.
There it is. Don't know the other too much, but that's some nice AoE. The teleport in from Riven as well. Might spell the doom. There she is, coming in. Oh, good ult there from... I think it's Glacier.
Glacial Fisher.
Glacial Fisher.
Flisher.
Glacial.
I like that
Flisher.
better.
Flisher. From the Braum, allows both the bot laners for Vaulting Pirates to get out. However, the Drake is on the eyes of Balanced Check.
That's going to be first turret top lane to Scion, though.
Blues 87 may finally go down here, and does. Nice cleanup kill. Riven, with all the CC that she has, the knockback from the Broken Wings, the stun as well, able to CC Katarina in time, and that should be an Infernal Drake, second Drake going over to Bounce Check as that top lane turret, giving that bonus gold over to solo Scion. Kayn down here, might be in trouble.
Oh! Phantom steals it!
He steals it away! Phantom of Temp with a totally worthwhile invade in the Dragon Pit. 1v3, heavily CC'd by the Alistar, but Fadelol cannot stop Kayn from getting what he wants and picks up the Infernal for Vaulting Pirates. Beautiful play.
That was so worth. I was about to say, I'm not sure that trading first turret top is worth an Infernal Drake in such a damage-heavy focused game. However, Phantom of Temp makes it all worth it. Comes in underneath and steals away the Infernal Drake. Awesome. Awesome play.
Gotta just spam out a couple MVP, Daisy MVPs there for that one. But, so, Riven, 100, we might be seeing, we get occasionally into these points in the game where someone
one-shots.
in a 1v1 is one-shotting other people, especially their trade opponent in the lane. And it really just happens so fast, you can't really commentate on it because it's just and
they're dead.
Katarina got another kill. So, Fiddle.
Oh, wow, that was aggressive. That was spicy.
Yeah, Winger 9025 may be going down again in the top lane. The CC from the Riven, nice knockback with the Broken Wings, as well as the slow from the red buff on Josh Shot You. Gonna clean that one up. Just a good positioning from Josh Shot You, waiting for the Scion to walk into the bush to throw down a ward, and then attacks. But I think that auto attack from Lucian followed Alistar all the way back to the base, because that was really close. However, he may be cut out here. I do believe he could ult his way to safety if he wants, but he's just going to flash over the wall and throw down a little extra heal. LeBlanc cut out, though, is going to get stunned up, jumps back with a distortion, flashes the wall, so 2 flashes used, but 0-1-0 is out of mana. He does get, 3-man hit up with the Glacial Fissure, the flash used from Seductive Sushi, but he's between 2 turrets, and that's going to be 2 quick kills going back over to Bounce Check, keeping this game very even.
I am sad to see 0-1-0 taking the Blade of the Ruin King route. He's going to need to be a late game carry capable of killing the Shyvana, as well as dealing enough DPS to burst down a LeBlanc and a Riven. The crit build is just a lot more reliable.
Phantom Attempt going in, doesn't get the knockup. He did go the Assassin route, it appears. Wasn't able to get any assassination on that one. I think he tried to get the slow with the Shadow, but in the mid lane, nice movement for Katarina. However, the prediction from Riven sees Katarina going back in. Now Shyvana flashing deep underneath 2 turrets. Scion getting a nice knockup, and 0-1-0 with a cleanup kill. So Shyvana goes too deep as a trade instead. Basically said, you can go too deep, I can go too deep too.
Yeah, definitely an excellent knockup. That's from Scion. Completely saved Katarina's life right there. 0-1-0 looking a little bit greedy into 3 members, but he's going to tack down onto this tower. Aloe Magic Cat's pathing forward, trying to get some CC down just to discourage the Lucian from walking any forward and dealing any more damage to the towers. But 4-man mid and the 525 range on Lucian is probably going to discourage them from dealing any more DPS to this tower, unless of course Aloe Magic Cat decides to back in full vision. Never mind.
Breaks the recall. Full health, mostly full mana. No reason to truly recall at this point. Siege not quite happening just yet from the Vaulting Pirates, but even in gold, something I did want to mention, though, is that Vaulting Pirates have those kills on the carries. 6 and 3 on the Katarina, 6 and 4 on the Lucian. Where over for Bounce Check, it's the tank Shyvana jungle and the top lane Riven that have those kills. 5 and 0, 0 and 4 on the Katarina or on the Caitlyn. Blues 87 easily able to pick up another one on Caitlyn, who just misstepped a little bit, and that's going to be a double kill, probably a triple onto Fatal as well. Nice sidestep from the Glacial Fissure. However, Scion coming around with the ult is going to do nothing but spell the doom of Alistar, and it is a triple kill for the Katarina. And that really, to me, just spells kind of where this game is gone. And the Bounce Check has been able to keep things kind of even, but it's on their side lanes of the Shyvana and Riven, whereas the carries of Caitlyn and Lucian, or Katarina and Lucian, are just decimating right now.
Yeah. That's a little bit bold from 0-1-0, dashing forward into the Fed. Riven managed to blow heal, but he's going to path back and get one shot.
Dashing into Riven, Shyvana tanking mid. Caitlyn starts the ultimate, just going to find an unbreakable from Seductive Sushi. Butter coming into the mid lane, but a little late to the play. However, able to save the second tier turret, as the siege was definitely on. No banner of command, as we're not to that point in the game just yet. The movement boots from Kayn. Very interesting pick, especially going the assassin route. So you really have kind of a double assassination between him and Katarina, which makes the only sustained damage on the team that Lucian and potentially the Scion. Oh, Katarina 1v3, goes in deep, gets the ult, cleans up 1, cleans up 2, cleans up 3. That's the triple kill for Katarina.
Okay.
Plain and simple.
Okay, then.
I think you'd think it's a little aggressive for her to teleport to the sole minion around 3 people, but instead Katarina says, I think I'll have my breakfast, lunch, and dinner too.
He's like, well, I feel that's tad aggressive, the 3 of you trying to engage on me.
The 3 of you trying to engage on this poor minion. Let me save it. So that should be a second Infernal Drake going over to Vaulting Pirates, which should be huge and just add to Katarina's already impressive damage. 12 and 3. Winter Spite not going to land on the Shyvana, so she should be able to escape with that Wind Drake unless it gets knocked off because of a little bit of damage. And Katarina wisely backs off from the Shyvana Riven combo, as they're the only 2 that has true kills and damage on Bounce Check.
Yeah, Shyvana, probably the biggest threat on the team as she's both incredibly tanky and incredibly damaging.
Oh, Riven destroying Kane, who already used a lot of his spells. Now Butter doing a lot of damage to Winger 90. He has to flash, but the Caitlyn ult going to be stopped by Katarina, who just steps in the way of that. So I think they're supposed to be buffing its damage.
Really?
If I heard
They're
quickly.
actually buffing that.
I think they're buffing Caitlyn's overall stats by a tiny touch. But I need to rewatch the video of the new changes that are coming in the next couple of patches. 0-0 going in hard onto LeBlanc, knocking her down to half health. She's just going to back off. With that red buff, it's a lot easier for him to stick onto opponent. However, is going to back off from the Shyvana as she ults into the mid lane. Alistar, misses up the knockback, knock up combo. He's going to get stunned up with the Braum. Going to go down the Scion, picking up that one. Shyvana down to a quarter health. Should be able to be picked up. Tries to get the return kill onto 0-0, but a nice flash keeps him alive as the mid lane second tier turret on the eyes for Vaulting Pirates. Unless they prove me wrong and just go for Baron.
Probably the better option right now. However, 0-0 is so low that this is a little bit risky. I wish 0-0 had an Essence Reaver right now, because in every single fight he's been in, he has consistently run out of mana. Now, Butternut going to try and go in and do a steal. Throws the ult over the wall, but no such luck. Phantom of Tempt smites it down, keep denying the steal.
Phantom of Tempt being on point with this Kane, doing really, really good job. Again, for having never seen this guy play a Kane before, who is not always the most mechanically easy champion to play, and in addition to that, going the assassin route that you almost never see. Really cool to see some new things out of Phantom of Tempt. And the other thing is that he used to have a hard time because everyone would always ban his Anivia, and that was basically all that he played. They had to pick up other champions because his Anivia kept getting banned so much, and is really showing a diversity in champions and playstyles, which I'm liking a lot. Symbiosis very close to dying, and with the flash
gameplay.
Blues 87 going to clean that one up. Oh, nice CC from Fade Lol, stops Blues 87 for the moment, but resets are huge, and still, even though put down to half health, going to nice Braum. I think the Unbreakable was unnecessary, but it looked really cool.
Yeah, the unnecessary rather than the unbreakable.
Yeah. In the bottom lane, Shyvana able to solo that turret, but in the mid lane, oh, well, we're back to the bottom lane. Phantom of Tempt should be going down in the mid lane. Everyone from
but
Bounce
so
Check
should
is
everyone
dying.
else.
Yep. Tower going to help get the cleanup kill onto Katarina, who just went in super hard. Winger 90-25, just slowly shoulder slamming the turret down. And that should be inhib down for Bounce Check. I think they're going to back off afterwards. LeBlanc does have a Banshee's Veil now. But really, when you are forced into doing those defensive routes, it just isn't happy on an assassin
Really,
champion.
yeah, they've got Baron and no way to pressure down onto 0-1-0, really, because LeBlanc's already used all their cooldowns.
Oh, that's going to be Lucian. Very low health. Alistar trying to get the CC. Symbiosis does have some burst, but not nearly going to be enough to the sustain of 0-0. Stun there from Braum. Double man knockup, but the Unbreakable Shield is down. 0-0 walks past it, though. And Aloe Magicat able to knock health down enough for Fadel to finish it off. And now Seductive Sushi just throwing down everything as he runs his way to his own death. A little bit of stun onto Aloe Magicat, but that Unbreakable just shields so much. Are you kidding me? And Shyvana, in the meantime, did decide to back off after getting the second tier bot lane turret and doing a lot of damage to the inhibitor in this bottom lane. Very close to going down, but decided to back up off of that one.
Yeah, but that is a Nexus turret that went down. If super minions ever crash, then that's actually going to be a pretty deadly scenario there, because super minions take one turret a lot faster than they take two.
Oh, that's going to be the Shyvana found out. And I think Josh was just hanging around waiting for an opportunity to finish pushing the bot lane turret and clean it up. However, wards are a thing, ladies and gentlemen, and you may need to pick up a sweeper just to keep vision in case the enemy has his eye out for you.
I will say that it's at the point in the game where the 80 carry should be getting red buff, not the Kane or the Riven, for that matter. Hey, Commander, what's up, bro?
Commander.
And this is how Aloe Magicat died.
On the gravestone of Aloe Magicat, Katarina was here. Now I am not.
Yeah, it's just his gravestone is just a marker saying Katarina was here.
Yes. Blues 87,
Oh.
definitely the carry of this game. 17-4, decimating the mid lane and then carrying that everywhere else. Symbiosis in the mid lane, getting a little bit of damage down, but also taking a lot as well. Braum Ald gonna spell the death of 3, as that is just going to be shared between all the members of the team. Scion, Katarina, and Lucian. Lucian? Man, I am just off on pronouncing characters' names today. Lucian.
It's Luckian.
Luckian. Lucane. Lucane.
Lucane.
Lucane dodges behind
Kane
the big
and
beefy
Lucane.
Scion. There you go, Kane and Lucane. Riven trying to do what she can, but I think this is going to be the end of the game as Riven decides to 1v4, picks up 1 on the Kane, and looking for the Lucian next, gets the CC for the moment. One more auto attack should be enough, but the flash from 010 keeps himself alive for the moment. Aloe Magicat deep in enemy territory.
And she just presses R.
Because at this point in the game, everything is Katarina's territory, which means everything is the enemy territory. Katarina might be able to escape from this one. I think she should, and she does get out of that one with a nice Shunpo. However, the minions that are being drawn onto the base, not going to be enough. Scion finishing with the last hit. Thumbs up from Seductive Sushi, and that is the game from the Vaulting Pirates. Beautiful game played out. The Katarina truly carrying the game. Hey, Salakadoran.
What's up?
There's a bunch of people here. Kyle88, Mola
Yeah.
Molafon. There's a lot of you guys coming out. Love that you're able to join in. That's what I mean when 10 p.m. comes around. That's when people are usually
The
on.
peeps is here.
Vaulting, not vaulting. What did I say? I've been pronouncing things weird for a minute, guys. You're gonna have to apologize.
I like vaulting pirates.
Vaulting pirates. It's like voting pirates. Yeah, they're getting there. It's a taser.
Yeah.
Vaulting pirates.
They're humane pirates. Rather than like killing you and like pushing you off the plank, they just tase you. Tasing pirates.
And we are looking at the spinning circle of death, but I think that we can do at least a little bit of honorable mention MVP for the winning side. There we go. We can see it now. So we'll go through honorable mentions and MVPs very quickly, and then we'll get into game number 2.
All right, so we've got MVPs, honorable mentions, and shout-outs coming through. So first we're going to go for the losing team. Bounced check. We're going to give MVP or honorable mention over to Butternuts in the top lane, providing tons of pressure onto his lane opponent, as well as several crazy TPs down to the bot side. I believe it was 2 game-swinging TPs where he managed to really affect a lane that was going heavily against Aloe Magicat and Fadelol. Now, obviously, MVP going over to Josh Shot U27. Managed to get 5-0, always in a position where he could clean up. Of course, the bot lane's always like, hey, it would have been really nice if you'd come down before we got double killed, but it's nice that you cleaned up the kills anyway, so that gets him the MVP, putting pressure down onto onto 010, and in some situations even comboing out Blues 87. Now, that is a perfect segue over to Vaulting Pirates, who happen to be our victorious team. So, honorable mention, going to go over to 010 on the Lucian, dealing a lot of damage on the Lucian. However, a little bit of a criticism from build choice. The Blade of the Rune King into the Black Cleaver, not as strong as it was before. I believe it was nerfed about 5 or 6 patches ago. Not the best choice, especially because it doesn't scale well. So I definitely would have preferred to see a crit build on the Lucian rather than the that build. However, still managing to make it work. Excellent mechanics, pressuring out a lane, making good use of his positioning and Seductive Sushi shield. Wow, try saying that 3 times.
I know,
fast.
that's what I was like.
Seductive Sushi's shield. Anyway, so, but the MVP obviously going over to Blues 87, and need we really say why? Winning lane, roaming down
Crushing
bot,
lane.
and really destroying all over the map. Now, a shout out over to Phantom of Temp for securing objectives and stealing away that Infernal Drake. That was hype. Didn't think it was going to go through, but managing to get the steal despite 4 people being in the pit.
Yeah, definitely a highlight moment, and it's huge, especially because Shyvana gets that extra little buff from taking down Drakes, and so it's even more important for that team to have been able to secure those. Was able to secure the wind, but Infernals are just so much nicer. I mean, everyone likes Infernal much better. At least at this point, until it's patched and updated, so...
Yeah. What is, like, I think, like, if they make it to where Cloud Drake doesn't fall off completely in fights, I would prioritize a Cloud Drake, like, legit. Because kiting's hard enough as is.
Alright, so we are jumping into game number 2. If you are interested in playing, I know there's a couple people that have already tossed their names my way. Please wait for specific invitations to make sure that all the people who have not been able to play yet can get in. I know that Salak didn't say that he was going to play, but he's on, so I'll invite him anyway. And make sure that the people that have not been able to play yet get their invites first. Yep, Landex and then Enzalor. There we go. And then we'll get everyone else in as well, so...
Egg muffins.
Va Krust Du. Va Krust Du. I did he friend requested me and I added him. I want to see. Okay. Krust. So you'd think it'd be crust, but it's Va Krust.
Egg muffin. What is an egg muffin?
Va
Say,
Krust. Interesting. Music is popping. Thanks, Kyle. Appreciate that. If you have any suggestions, if you guys have any suggestions on music, send them to me. You can send them on the Discord media, memes and media page. Any no copyright sounds. I'll try to keep it no copyright sounds because eventually what I want to do is post the whole VOD onto YouTube. For those of you who do enjoy those types of things. And so no copyright sounds is the best way not to get muted and audio banned and all that sort of mess. So if you have any favorite no copyright sounds music, send them my way, and be sure to toss it into the playlist. So,
eggs
I
baked
think
in a muffin tin.
Salak Keldoran just named team number 2.
Egg muffins.
Egg muffin.
F muffins.
F muffin.
Eve muffin.
It's a good thing I didn't save that. No, because I was most definitely not F muffin. Oh, Commander C, you did get in. Okay, cool. So, took forever, internet slow. Oh, never mind. Took forever, internet slow. Oh, no worries. You got in. 010 is in already, even though I did not invite him. Straight Jacket, absolutely. We still have an open spot. Straight Jacket. Jake, save one spot for Sushi. He's patching. Okay. So, I'm actually going to go ahead and switch to spectate mode. I'm going to say 010 and Phantom. Mind jumping into spectate for now. I want to make sure that any new people who haven't been able to play or are new to the stream as a whole, like Sushi, can play if they're on and able to play. If we are lacking in players, then absolutely we'll get you guys into a game.
Yellow bell pepper, bacon, and Mexican cheese. You're making me hungry, dude.
That sounds really good. You might have to Discord me the recipe, and I'm gonna have my wife totally make that so that I don't have to. No.
he said that it's just muffins poured in or it's just eggs poured in a muffin tin. It's basically like omelets, but in a muffin tin.
Aw, Fadelo, we'd love to get you to play your Shaco because it's too OP. Who me? I've never placed higher than. Oh, they're talking about needing different people. Back and forth. Okay, cool. So, we'll give it a second for Sushi. He's currently patching, which is interesting that he was playing before he patched. How does that work? Because you can't hold a patch.
Huh. I don't know.
But Seductive Sushi is in. So we'll invite Fadelol for sure. See, hopefully he can play as Shaco. I'm really sorry, Fade, but you know who called that for the shake ban. Probably you, Rezdra. Probably you. Okay, we good. My league's really screwed. It has to patch. Thank you for holding the spot. Oh, it has to patch every time he logs on. Isn't that interesting? Very interesting. Maybe it needs a full clean delete and re-download, but that would be tough. You won't DDoS me this time. Yes. Fatal and Commander C always seem to have issues when they're on opposite teams. We get someone who DCs pretty badly, so Shaco's getting a buff here soon. This will make up for it. That's true. He's supposed to get a buff because Rage Blade is getting slightly debuffed. So Kog'Maw second item power spike is not going to be nearly as strong as it was previously.
Which makes me sad.
You can enter client and chat before patch finishes. Yeah, but you can't join and or play. Molofon, thank you first of all for being on, but he actually played in the last game, so not sure how that worked out, but...
Curious.
And then I'm going to make sure that I post this for people who aren't aware. It's definitely a lot easier to communicate with your team if you're on Discord. Also, let your friends know. Let your friends know, or Facebook, or whatever, Twitter, your aunt, your dog. Smoke show? That's kind of cool. Aw, Commander C's alone at the moment. I'm down. Yeah.
I'm down with that.
Smoke show. That's kind of like if you're a vapor. That's your team, man. I think we have enough space for adding team in before Team Egg Muffin. Of course, I just delete it. There we go. Look at that. Look at that clean. Oh man, this guy really knows how to run his own stream.
Yeah.
If someone wants to play, I can sit out. I think we're good right now. Fade Lol. Phantom of Temp plays nearly every game, so I think he's okay sitting this one out. But we'll probably get him into the third game of the night because Phantom is... Rezdra is awesome. He's always on. He's super supportive of the stream. Phantom is really cool. Okay, I think we could just go ahead and start it up. Straight start us up.
Let's go.
I don't have a Twitter. I probably should get a Twitter. Is Rezdra on my team? No, Rezdra is Phantom of Temp. He is not on your team. He jumped out. He's gonna go stream himself. I actually don't know. He does stream though, so if you guys enjoy, he just recently learned how to get DS games running on his stream. So if you enjoy DS games played on stream, he's the guy to go and check out. He plays some fun stuff. I watch him when I can at work. But, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to XLNC Shoutcasting. Jake Kelton with my duocaster, Wraith, who doesn't get his own fancy name above his head because he's hanging out with me rather than being at his place, which means that he would be normally over there, and instead you don't get to see him today. But the Teemo band away! We shoutcast games of League of Legends that you guys get to play in. Anyone can play, doesn't matter your rank, doesn't matter, as long as you can play in tournament draft custom games, you're in. We do it every Tuesday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Check it out, links below if you're interested. But Scion Bandaway was played last game. We saw his powerhouse. The fact that he's played mid lane, even in EU, tells you this champion needs a little bit of a nerf.
Yeah, when EU catches on to something, you know it's busted.
Hey.
They're a little bit slow on the uptake. Anyway, but looking at the Teemo and the Thresh band away, Teemo is something of a cancer champion, always has been, and Fade Lol's Shaco is banned away. Say like you dirty person.
Say it like Kadoran. Can't you give one guy a little hope? A little hope, a little love? Banned away. I'll have to see something else come out, but it is the Thresh banned away from, and Bard banned away. So double support bans from Team Smoke Show. Not interested in having that. It's interesting because, okay, so this is really cool. Landex is currently 100% win rate when he plays support in ranked games. All right? and he just posted on the Discord that no, it was Enzalor. Never mind. Enzalor is also on this stream. So Thresh, Bard, Nautilus, Rakan, and Shen are Landexes, but Enzalor is also playing, and he does Janna, Soraka, Rakan, Lulu, Leona, Thresh. I mean, pretty much everybody. So it doesn't matter how many bans you throw towards support, someone on Egg Muffin is going to have a strong support and be able to pick something pretty powerful. But thank you, Butternuts and Josh Shot U27 for the follow. Appreciate it, guys. You don't have to, but that's really nice of you. And feel free to come back any Tuesday to play in more games. And these games will be on YouTube, so you can check them out afterwards, send them to your friends, pull highlights from, all sorts of stuff. If you guys want to make a montages and include the shoutcasting that we do, feel free to do it. Cassiopeia, first pick, smoke show. The interesting thing about Cassiopeia is how fast she can take down Drakes and Barons with the Twin Fang spam.
Also, the interesting thing about Cassiopeia is she's probably the most broken champion on this patch. She's absolutely obscene.
Also
new
interesting,
stuff.
she's crazy broken. Just FYI.
Yeah, she kills a dragon and Baron really fast and everything else on the map. Let's see. So, Cag Fancy hovering. Oh, come on. We all know he's gonna play the Poppy. Or not. Or the Leona. Okay.
Commander C saying that he couldn't pick anything and that his screen froze, but he's picked Cassiopeia anyway. And Fade Lol is jokingly, I'm sure, saying that he's stopping the DDoS. All the stress. Commander C, we feel the pain, but let us know if it doesn't work literally at all. We might have to go through all picks and bans before he can rejoin. We'll find out. As it is the Heimer picked up from Va Kroost. Va Kroost is what he said. C-R-O-O-S-T. That's Kroost, not crust. Va Kroost. Picking up the Heimer for the top lane. And then Seductive Sushi back once again, taking the Taric for the bottom lane support role. We're going to have lots of stuns this game between Taric and Leona.
Red Lion is new here. Say hello. Hello!
Red Lion, you're so not new here, but I appreciate you joining anyway. I swear I've seen you before. I know I watched your stream when you were playing League, but are you really, like, super new to this stream? I didn't think so, because you followed before. Didn't you already follow?
I don't even own Kaz. How did I get it? It get hurt.
Oh, Commander C is running on Wi-Fi, so he's having trouble. Faithful says he can help fix the internet. Gotta letting me know. Okay, so there it is, the jump out, as he did DC, then DDoSed. He DC'd, so... Rezra went live! No, we're not gonna watch Rezda. He's streaming though, so if you want to watch a different stream, you can always check out Rezra as well, so... not the same picks and brands. Can pick both whatever you want. So Commander C should be working on getting his internet fixed, but in the meantime, we'll get a new player for this role. Oh, it'd be cool if Cat and Air got on. But, actually, I'm going to see if Hurricane Janna wants in on this. She joined early, but then left because we didn't have... didn't have all enough players, and she wanted to jump into a game immediately, but looks like she's logged out. Okay, never mind. Never mind.
No, she's right there.
Did she? Oh, okay. You jumped down, I think, because Commander C. I'm so sorry, I'll just stop playing these. No. Has internet stabilized? I bring nothing but trouble.
I am in trouble.
If his internet is stabilized, we'll pull him back in, but I'm not sure what's going on with that. It says I have full bars. Alright, we'll try it again. We'll try it again. I don't see any reason why not to try it again.
Round 2.
Start it up. I can't start it. You going to DC this time? Probably. But we'll figure it out as we go, as long as Fade Lol doesn't DDoS him.
We've all had internet issues, like times when our CPU decides to restart and then do a 3-hour update.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, that's never happened to me. You, Jake?
I don't know what you're talking about. It's never happened to me ever. Doesn't occur.
Casually sips water.
I'm just so thirsty when my computer kills itself for the entire thing. He's on college internet. Oh, can't help him fix it.
Better than Walmart Wi-Fi.
College Wi-Fi is pretty rough. But they changed something. You have stream pause, right? Don't have the stream running, because that's going to kill your internet even harder than it already was killed. Yeah, if you're trying to run the stream and run League at the same time, that's going to tax your computer really, really hard.
I'd turn on low spec mode to the where it deactivates the client while you're in game.
True.
That helps out. Like, my computer is either really awesome or really not, depending on what mood it's in. Some days it'll run, like I've run League, StarCraft, and Civilizations all at the same time before deleting those games.
StarCraft and Civilizations.
Yeah.
Civ 5 is fantastic as a game, except the fact that you grow gray before you finish game 1. Mm-hmm. So if you really like butt calluses, Civ 5 is the way to go. Need to go. Redline, thank you for jumping on, for being a part of the stream, even for the brief period of time that you were. We will see you next time, and best of luck on your streams as well. Definitely, I think I'm following you, and so I should be getting the alerts when you go live, but I'll check you out during the week if I got time while I'm at work.
Can we please just discuss how weird it is that we're just following people around? It's like, oh, I'm following you, and you're following me. We're following
Okay.
each other.
Really quick about that, Restra and I think it was Lolo or Landex were discussing before the stream started that if one of them got donated enough money on their stream, they would donate to the other person's stream. And I was like, so literally we're just taking money donations by people and just kind of like circularly passing it around. If I donated to Restra donated to Lolo DeZoza, who donated to Riot and get RP, but the idea still counts, so.
Yeah.
Jinx, the hyper carry, picked up by Enzalor. Instead of going the Ashe route, decides to pick up Jinx instead, looking for the late game super crit rocket damage. I love the Galio pickup as well. Super high versatility and mobility, probably played in the mid lane. But the question is Cag Fancy going to take Leona in the top lane, or has he just not picked the right spells yet?
Yeah, or I was going to say Enzalor was still hovering the exhaust, so I was wondering if they were going to trade out. Enzalor has a pretty good Leona, but it looks like Cag Fancy hovering out that Leona might be taking it top lane. Indeed. You're losing out on a substantial chunk of damage, though, taking her top because you can't proc her sunlight.
And something else with Fadelol picking up the Wukong for the jungle means that Team Egg Muffin actually get to pinch the ADC role, banning away both the Varus and the Tristana, two of the more powerful ADCs currently in the game, which means Smoke Show is going to have a little bit of a difficult time picking up an ADC. I've seen Jhin. They could go for Ashe for the long range engage, but her power is just really not great. And Landex picks up the jungle Kai'Sa.
Interesting. See if that's interesting with a capital INT.
Looking for the long range Void Seeker engages potentially, as well as those ults can be from a very massive distance.
And she actually scales super well into the game if she doesn't get shut down. 0-1-0, picking up the Zaya. Definitely a strong
Should've called
champion right now. However, usually Zaya is a little bit better into a team with a ton of divers. While Leona, I guess, would be considered a diver, as I would bet CAG is going to be building Trinity Force or Frozen what is it? Iceborne Gauntlet, that's it. And Swain picked up for presumably, could be top or mid, really. Heimerdinger can go either top or mid. I see him more top than mid, but it's going to be Jinx and Janna finally in the bot lane. A potent combination, as Jinx can use the rockets to poke out in lane, providing a decent advantage over Zaya because of the range advantage, especially over Taric and Zaya. So in this bottom lane matchup, you're going to be seeing Janna using the shield and her superior range to poke out and harass the Taric and the Zaya. If they play the lane correctly, this should go the way of Inzalor and a straight Janna.
Yeah, this is really interesting stuff. We'll talk about that in just a second, but let's go ahead and roll through the teams real quick. If you want to take it away for Team Smoke Show.
Okay, so for Team Smoke Show, we've got Vakrust on Heimerdinger in the middle or top lane, yet to be decided. Seductive Sushi picking up the Taric in the bottom lane, supportive role. Fade Lull on Wukong in the jungle. He couldn't have Shaco, so went for another stealth jungler. Got 0-1-0 on the Zaya in the bottom lane ADC role, and Commander C2121 rounding it out with Swain in either top or mid.
Over on Team Egg Muffin, we've got Salik, not Kaldoran, taking Galio, most likely for the mid lane. Cag Fancy Leona in the top lane. Enzalor on the Jinx bottom lane AD carry role. Landix with a Kaisa in the jungle. And Straight Jacket, last but not least, taking the Janna supportive role. Interesting choices here, as the Swain and the Heimer are both heavily magic damage based, and you do have a Galio on the other side. One of the things I like about Team Egg Muffin is that you have the deep engage of Leona, which allows Galio to then ult to her for that, not grand entrance, heroic entrance, from the Galio into the middle of the team fight with the Jinx and Kaisa on the outside and Janna for Peel, a fairly decent team composition. However, Swain or Heimerdinger, I think that Swain would prefer to face off against the Leona, just because he's a much better range champion that can abuse that, whereas Heimer is going to be able to poke Galio, even though he does have that magic shield, from a distance, using those rockets to keep him, or the grenade stun, to keep him from engaging with the taunt. But thoughts on Smoke Show's lineup?
It's curious. I definitely would like to see Heimerdinger pop off. Lane advantage.
Oh, Panongnong, thank you for the sub, man. I appreciate that. Resub for 1 month. Nong is awesome. Woohoo! Hearts and love.
Alright, so we're looking at the bot lane matchup should, at least in lane, go the way of Enzalor and Straight Jacket. However, late game, Tarik's a little bit more useful, and Zaya is harder to take down. Fade Lull is going to be a menace, putting damage down onto the Jinx, but there are ways to counter that out. Galio ult, Leona back peel, as well as Janna ult to peel off. You have a lot of hyper carry potential and a really beefy tank line. So it's for the side of Egg Muffin. So it's definitely late game team fighting, looking a little bit more favorable for them. Of course, you do have the Taric ultimate, which is always Taric ultimate stealth Wukong jumping into the middle of your team is nothing to laugh at.
Right.
So I would say late game team fighting a little bit of an edge to Egg Muffin if they group up. However, if Fade Lull manages to shut down the Kaisa in the jungle and really get fed off of that, or they manage to keep the map spread, or 0-1-0 gets incredibly fed in the bottom lane, if Zaya gets ahead, she can be very difficult to deal with because of the ultimate, and engaging into her is always very dangerous because that's what she wants.
And that's really my question for this game is, what build is the Wukong going to go? Is he going to build the tanky route because they don't really have a frontliner? Or, I mean, you assumably can. I'm talking just overarching. They don't have a super strong front line. They have the Swain, but he doesn't build tank. He just builds a little bit of that health regen going into semi-off tank. And there is a bug splat. Oh, what? What? I wonder if I can rejoin. I'll go ahead and send error reports. They're aware that it bug splatted, but can I rejoin it? This is terrible. I don't think I've ever had this happen before. Oh, check these articles to see what could be your possible solution. Maybe the fact that Rito sucks. Rito, what have you done? It's actually like locked right now. We're just gonna give it a second and see what it does. Maybe we can jump back into it. Oh, reconnect.
I was gonna say, if we don't get that ability, then we could just spectate one of the guys who are in the game.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Is I am friends with a bunch of them. The worst is when you're trying to do that with people that you aren't friends with because you can't friend request them while they're in the middle of the game. They can't accept it while they're in the middle of the game. But if we can get the reconnect going on, that would be fantastic. Yes, yes, we do. I can dance even though you can't see me. Woo! Okay, sweet. So as I was saying. With Wukong not going tanky, he's going to be going that damage lethality route. With the Swain, going more of the AP magic bruiser-ish build, health regen, you know, that sort of stuff. You really are left with only Tarek as your pseudo front line, but even then he's not a great front line, he's more of a secondary front line. And so I think that for Smoke Show, getting picks and having wards is going to be very valuable to them because Heimer being able to throw those grenades over walls, Xayah being able to root people with the feather pull, Wukong engaging from invisibility, all of those things are great for picks if they can catch Egg Muffin when they're roaming. And I think it's even worse for Kaisa, who's a very squishy champion and has lots of engage but not much disengage. So I agree with you that late game team fights, Egg Muffin should be able to take the win.
Yeah, probably the best pick champion on their team would definitely be the Wukong, who's going to have a little bit of burst damage. Heimer really has to set up in order to get that kind of DPS burst down with his towers. Swain, of course, also has that potential to pick somebody off. However, the real worry is if Kaisa gets ahead. Have you seen her when she's super far ahead yet? Is really disgusting.
I think we did see that 2 weeks ago. Somebody played her in the bottom lane, and she started to dominate pretty early on.
Yeah, if she gets ahead, like she's a terrible laner on the order of Vayne, but if she gets ahead and just ults to you, you basically die. Double Lift was playing her in like after the hot fix. He was like, well, look, I'm ADC Kha'Zix. He's just warp in, one-shot somebody, and leave. Hey!
Oh, okay, there we go. So, it appears that Landex had a little bit of trouble logging in, but has reconnected. So, the pause should be resumed here in just a moment. Fancy pauses. Kaisa level 1 is amazingly strong. We'll see if they can abuse that. But she is in the jungle, so probably just going to wait until a couple levels up before engaging in any fancy plays. I see a lot of her ganking in the bottom lane, or the lane that Heimer is in, because you have those low mobility, slightly squishy champions. Xayah, very gankable pre-level 6 if you burn her ult or her flash. And it does look like we actually get an invade.
Yeah, more what I would be saying. What determines a gankable lane for somebody like a Kaisa who brings no CC to the table is the presence of hard CC. Because all the damage in the world isn't going to make much of a difference.
All right, they see the other team looking for engage. They just walk right in. Looks like Fadelol was just not paying attention. There's Zenith Blade plus... Woo! Leona picks it up, I think, with an auto. And now Vakros has to flash, trying to get back to the mid lane. He does have some wards there, so he knows that he is safe, but it looks like the Wukong heavily pushed out of lane. Zenith Blade back in to pause him for a moment. Stray Jacket throwing out the Tornado. Gonna get a little harass damage on him, but not enough. And it has been extremely effective, this invade, as Wukong now is going to have to solo farm jungle by himself, no leash, and Heimer starts off without a flash.
Yeah, while Enzalor and Straightjacket unfortunately are forced to path down and lose an entire minion.
Nice double stun from Seductive Sushi. The ignite down onto Janna. Early damage definitely in favor of Team Smoke Show, and they get a kill back, and now Enzalor forced to back up, burn the potion as well, and head out. What I love about the invade in the bottom lane was that the ADC and support for Smoke Show didn't engage, just ran straight towards bottom and started shoving. So they got the XP bonus early, they got the push early, and they were able to just turn straight onto the Janna, completely ignoring Jinx, and get that down.
Yeah, and the thing is that Jinx didn't start with Q. She didn't have that additional attack speed buff. She started E in order to secure the kill, and while that is definitely worth it to give first blood over, it's also puts you in an incredible disadvantage for the laning phase. So they really should have pathed around, recognized the fact that they were on suboptimal early game abilities and would not have the ability to fight against a Taric and a Xayah at level 1. Wow, that's actually a decent amount of damage down on the Cagfancy.
And that's what I was talking about, of Swain being able to abuse that range onto the Leona. She's going to be solo up there. She did start the Doran's shield, so going to have a little bit of regen. But long story short, Swain's range should be able to keep himself safe. And the other thing is that I don't believe, but correct me if I'm wrong, that if Leona was... Landex actually walked out of the bush, a little bit of mispositioning on the mouse click there. Valkrust is going to go down, doesn't even matter. And Landex picks up the kill after a beautiful knock-up engage from Salik, who just found the Heimer. And again, that's due to the early flash because of the invade from Egg Muffin. And now they capitalize on that and get a kill from it. But if Swain is ulting and Leona Zenith Blade Q stuns him, he still gets to continue his ult, right?
Yes.
So even more so, he's not going to be affected as much by this Leona in the top lane. But Kai'Sa being able to push him back towards his own tower, he's going to have to play safe for a moment until she leaves. In the bottom lane, 10 farm, more like 7 farm up for the Xayah.
Yeah, Xayah getting a small advantage over the top. Cagfancy engaging, but he has minions on him, so suboptimal trade toward him. 0-0, pathing forward, getting an auto down on the Straightjacket, but nothing worth mentioning happening in really any lane at the moment. Crust managing...
Oh, nice stun here in the bottom lane. Going to give another kill over to 0-1-0. Enzalor being poked out as well, but Seductive Sushi playing great support, being able to walk in, get the shield explosion and the stun down onto the Janna, the squishy member. She did have flash available, didn't use it. We'll have it up for the next engage. Now dive underneath the turret. The stun is down, flash used, but 0-1-0 flashing away, doesn't quite get the last bit of damage. And the turret executes the Taric. Enzalor nearly playing a beautiful double kill, but Lord Reeves sub for 2 months. Oh man, I appreciate that. Reeves, you are awesome. How did your CL games go? Please tell me that you won all 3, because that would be just fantastic and make an already awesome night even better.
All right. So top lane Leona going about as top lane Leona would expect to be going, engaging and not really doing anything. Almost getting one. And
force the flash out. Now, interesting here though, even though she is definitely being pushed out of lane, 10 farm over the Swain early. What? Now, I think that is mostly due to Commander C's poor internet connection, making it a little more difficult for him to farm. But that's also a huge testament to Cagfancy on the Leona farm, using the Eclipse very well to be able to pick up some extra minions, as well as just timing when she goes in. Missed the cannon there. I'm praising Caster Curse. Goes in, gets a little bit of extra damage down. Not going to do a whole lot. I don't think going to be able to get the kill. However, starting that Phage should help some of the chase down potential. Oh, in the bottom lane, another stun with a flash onto the Jinx. Not going to quite find the root. Enzalor backing up. The Janna is well down to half health, but Seductive Sushi just going to use the heal. Wukong is here. Invisible going to come in. Nice. Force the flash onto the Janna. backing off. Kaisa around the corner as well. Commander C engages, but gets engaged upon himself. Starts the ultimate, both level 6, though. Cag Fancy uses the ult as well, just to get some extra damage. But Commander C maybe CC'd to death here. All right.
Yeah, Commander C probably should have popped that ultimate a little bit earlier. However, hold on. Looking at the farm difference in the bot lane, 55 to 33. Jinx, despite having a range advantage, is managing to get herself zoned out by Xayah. That shouldn't be happening right now. Straight Jacket should be positioning more toward the bottom side of the lane to where she can't get stunned up and just be dropping shields onto her ADC at the moment. So, really looking at the bot lane, not much happening at the moment. Just farming, a little bit of shielding. Right now, Enzalor should be trying as hard as he can to freeze this wave while still maintaining CS, but it looks like Xayah is going to manage to push it in, so the wave should reset. However, 010 might end up trying to push a second wave in. If that does happen, then Enzalor will have another opportunity to freeze and put himself in a little bit better of a position.
Yeah, so Blast Cone start from the Galio, looking for a little bit extra damage, getting that push. Or not Blast Cone, sorry, Blasting Wand, that's what I was trying to say.
I was so
Yeah, he
confused.
picked up a Blast Cone, and he uses it in lane to blast Heimerdinger away from his turrets, so Blast Cone start there.
I
from
was
the
like,
Galio.
what?
Jinx ult came out, didn't hit anybody, not sure where it was intended to head, but in the top lane, Kaisa, nice engage with the CC from Leona, who, as we talked about, in the late game, engages are just going to be super powerful, as well as Kaisa now 2-0, having a really nice start to the game. I think it's going to be a little difficult to pick MVPs and honorable mentions from Egg Muffin so far,
Yeah.
but the thing I wanted... go ahead, I'm not sure exactly what I was going to note.
Except for Straight Jacket getting shot down.
Yeah.
Anyway, looking a little... Oh, no, Enzalor doesn't have any mana. I was going to say he has the ability to ult, but is OOM.
And his ult's on cooldown because he used it earlier. I think he
did?
was trying to
Oh,
hit
yeah.
Wukong, but mostly to see where Wukong was in the jungle, but with the poor placement of it, not quite going to land. So Dr.
Yeah.
Sushi is low health, but Kaisa's on the opposite side of the map, feeling confident. They're going to push this in underneath the turret.
Yeah,
They might try another
Enzalor's
dive.
And Enzalor's going to get dove.
Yep, stun is going to land. Oh, wow. So Dr. Sushi actually gets the kill, I think, just from the stun damage from both of them, as Salak comes in trying to defend. Didn't ult, but he is going to flash taunt the Jinx nearly underneath the turret. Kaisa, twin Void Seeker Void Seekers.
Seeker.
There we go. Was able to land, but didn't use it as the ult from the Tark went down. However, Landex is going to clean up one kill, and now Galio comes in just for the extra shield onto Landex, who's trying to finish it off. Woo! Salak! Nice play. Ult into dash, into just a half-second taunt, into passive slam. Picks up the kill. Fadelol gets the rockets and almost goes down. Landex flashing in for the last little bit of damage, but Fadelol will escape. Lead definitely in favor of Team Egg Muffin, as the Jinx rocket will whiff by the Wukong.
Yep. What was I bringing to say? Oh yeah, I actually learned the other day that I originally thought that Kaisa's ult could only be channeled if she hit you with applied her passive to you, but that's actually not the case. She can dash to anyone who has been CC'd by an ally. So ganking the top lane is incredibly potent.
Oh, a little bit of extra damage here from Enzalor. 0-1-0 gets the shield, the stun down onto Janna once again. Straight Jacket is in trouble. Uses the Monsoon to push Team Shadow Smoke Show away. But it's enough of a disengage that she lives for now. Still no flash, though. We'll be up in a moment.
Yeah, Enzalor's not spacing his rockets as well as he could be at the moment, which is leading to disadvantageous trades into the face of Xayah. Really, Jinx should out-trade Xayah in individual auto-attack trades. However, Xayah's full kit will always out-damage Jinx. So Enzalor should be
Ooh, slow onto 010. Ults to escape the snare. Beautifully played there from 010, getting out of that. Though the initial engage underneath the turret, not most advised, as there is dive potential. The 010 may not want to do it with a Wukong coming around the corner there. Beautiful play. Gets the stare, gets the stun. Double kill for 010 on the Xayah, who's going to start snowballing in the mid lane. Valkrust may be dead, as the rockets will come out from Landex. Not quite enough. We'll probably send out the Void Seeker in a moment, but I don't think that will be enough to take down Heimer, who's just going to walk his way deep back to the inhibitor before backing.
Yeah.
He's just going to walk back to base.
Cag Fancy.
Who needs to recall?
Not winning lane on the Leona top, but not exactly losing it either, and still up almost 20 CS.
Oh, there's the Kai'Sa gonna engage here on the Swain in a moment. Oh, the Leona misses her ult, and Twin,
but does force the flash out of the Swain.
Yeah, Void Seeker just gonna hit a minion, but that is going to be the Mountain Drake over to Smoke Show, who after winning bottom lane just head straight for the Drake. They're gonna find the blue buff as well, steal that away.
Lord. I just looked at the CS in the bot side. 110 to 66. That's something of a hefty CS deficit. Lots of gold down, and not what you want to see from your 80 carry. However,
that's 2,000 gold.
Yeah, they do have Kai'Sa, who is fairly fed.
Galio ult coming in as well. Tarek ult keeping them alive for the moment, but can they be CC'd long enough? Salik now looking for an engage. Blast Cone saves 2. Oh, Jinx ult just going to go wide. Super Mega Death Rocket also misses the slow. However, Valkrust on the run should be able to get back underneath the turret, and it looks like the fight is just going to dissipate from there, as there are no objectives to push hard. Unless it becomes a 4v4 in the bottom lane for the first tier turret in the bottom on Smoke Show's side.
Why not? And we've got a little bit of trading and packing in the top lane.
Oh, that's going to be the taunt onto 010. Uses the ult, gets the root back. Kai'Sa goes down to the Heimerdinger Mega turret. And that's going to be...
Enzalor gets excited. He could take over this fight in the bot lane, but
we don't
Commander
get to see
C21 going to go down in the 1v1 in the top lane.
Why do we need to see Jinx get excited in the bot lane when she's not going to kill anyone else? Instead, just move in onto the turret. Straight Jacket doing a nice job in that last fight, keeping the peel alive. Nice tornado as well, keeps the stun from Seductive Sushi. Just slows him down, and that minigun going to tear this turret apart.
I understand now why Enzalor wasn't able to win lane. Because he has Lethal Tempo as his rune. Not Fleet Footwork. That makes sense. Lethal Tempo, while it is probably the worst rune in the game right now, it's really good in late game scaling. However, you just get completely...
Oh, Straight Jacket. That's just unfortunate. Nice shield, though. Keeps yourself alive. Xayah coming in from the side. Not going to be able to poke in on that one.
What?
Trying to bait with the tornado. But that's another fail play that I'm going to write down because... Oh.
Faker! What was that? Oh... That hurts. That hurts. But we've all done it. Don't pretend you haven't.
Yeah, thought that he could get the bait in with the tornado. Gonna give Enzalor some extra damage. But instead, beautifully played by 010. Sees it, flashes, doesn't even care. 010 in the mid lane, gets some damage down. The shield is going to keep them alive in the moment as they push in the first tier turret into mid lane. In the top lane, Kai'Sa shows up. 2v1 once again. Killing spree for the top lane Leona, who we see this deficit in the bottom lane, Xayah to Jinx, but it's the opposite in the top lane, Leona to Swain. Not nearly as heavy, but still heavy, as Salik tries to valiantly defend this mid lane turret, but it should go down here as Janna and Jinx not going to get here in time. Salik going to fall with some great tanking from Seductive Sushi. Janna shields it. It lasts for half a second longer, but still falls anyway. Stun going to land onto the Janna. 0-0 maybe able to clean this up. Nice Monsoon, but the Wukong is here. Going to get a double knockup, and that should spell the death of both members of Team Egg Muffin, as the Cyclone just going to be too strong. Wukong's like, I can tornado too!
Woohoo! Landex
Is
AFK.
typing! Landex, what are you doing? This is just painful. Ah, Fadelol with the just... Oh, he DC'd. True BM.
Someone report
No...
Fadelol.
No,
9 times report Fadelol.
no, it's no MVP and no honorable mention. So, Fadelol just playing a little bit of extra BM in the jungle. And we do have a pause as Landex did DC. We're going to wait for him to come back. I don't see any chat in the... Oh, there he is, reconnected. So obviously it didn't last very long. Replay now. Oh, you go back to replay. Fadelol, I'm sorry. Agent with this in the background, I'm thoroughly confused. Oh, doing homework. Cat and I are doing homework. Oh, I'm sorry. Actually, Cat, that is a big deal for me personally because as Shoutcasters, we want to be clearly explaining what's happening in the game. And if we are confusing you with the audio alone, then obviously we are not doing a very good job of our casting. So thank you for the critique. We will try to do better. As Fadelol is taking away the Rift Herald at the 17-minute mark with a huge advantage over to...
Basically, Kat, what was just
Smoke
happening is Fadelol was being a meanie face and picking on people with bad internet connection. He's being a cyberbully and should be banned from League of Legends.
Well, he can't cyberbully Commander C because DDoSing was too powerful earlier, and he's also on the same team. So instead, he hits the DDoSing on Landex and cleans him up in the jungle. Just decides that he's not fed enough yet. You know, he was only 2-1 at the time, so he's like, let me just try to snowball a little bit faster. I got my serrated Dirk, I got some damage, but let me speed up the process here and go ahead and pick up an extra kill in the jungle after DDoSing him.
Cag Fancy not quite gonna land the engage onto Commander C, and I doubt he really would have wanted to. There are a lot of freaking minions there. In the bottom lane.
He really wants to go in on this though, and there's no one around. But it's the Galio ult around the corner. I missed him in the tri-bush, and that's going to spell the death of the Swain in the top lane. As Galio was very, very patient. But we talked about the squishiness of the Kai'Sa. Going to go down after being caught out. Teleport as well. Burn from Leona. Not going to finish that as there are 4 members of Smoke Show down here. So, which scales better? Tell me, Wraith. Is it the Leona top lane, or is it the 9 and 3 Xayah bottom lane ADC? I'm really confused as to which one scales better.
And his lore has left the game.
This is the DDoS game of the night.
Fadelol?
Fadelol, you're the only one who hasn't DC'd yet. Not quite, but...
He's removing them from the game one at a time.
One by one.
Just picking them off.
Found Landex, killed him once, killed him twice. Now ends the lore, he's coming next.
Dun. Has reconnected. Dun.
Everyone having issues? Not quite everyone. Landex, Enzalor, Commander C.
I have issues, but they're not related to the internet. I killed Jake. I'm sorry, guys. Anyway, so we are currently waiting for someone to unpause. For like he's reconnected.
That is a clip moment right there. I'm gonna write that one down because that's pretty hilarious. I have issues. Done.
Highlight. I made the highlight reel, guys.
Fail. I have issues at the 18-minute mark. Oh boy, guys. Oh boy. Alright, this is why I need to upload the entire VOD. But, oh! The Heimer almost escapes, but not close enough. Rocket's coming in. Nice ult from Ono. Keeps himself alive. We're obviously having connection issues as well. The ult tries to come in, but it is in time. Saves Ono for a moment. Zenith Blade sets position for Leona to take him down. And now the Dragon cleaned up by the Wukong in the meantime. But it is Seductive Sushi that is getting destroyed by the Kai'Sa and Leona. That's interesting. I didn't even realize that we almost have a double bottom lane. We've got the Janna Jinx, and we have Leona Kai'Sa.
Yeah, I was thinking about that earlier because Leona Kai'Sa is actually a really potent potent combination, the CC from Leona really offering Kaisa the ability to jump in at any point she wants to.
Holds them in the same place long enough for all of Kaisa's Void Rockets to come out and slowly wear their health down. And by slowly, I mean very quickly, as she's kind of broken. When you hit all of those, they're going to find the Swain, and that should be a look at those rockets, tear Swain apart. Landex picking up a 4th kill of the game. It looks like it is currently in Team Egg Muffin's favor, but if you look across the gold, 35k to 33k kills in favor of Smoke Show. It's a pretty close game, actually, at the end of the day. I think it just comes down to how many times Jen is going to die before the end of the game.
Yeah, we're currently at 8, but I'm sure it's going to go up. However, the question is Cag Fancy actually going to die on this top lane Leona? It doesn't look like it quite yet, but he is building DPS, so I'm thinking the next time he jumps on poor unfortunate Zaya, he might get a taste of his own medicine. 0-1-0, playing a pretty...
Nice! Last second ult from 0-1-0. Beautifully played, avoids the engage from the ultimate of the Leona. Decides instead to come towards the bottom lane, looking for the Wukong. Galio ult gonna come in as well. Knock up the Heimerdinger, should spell the death of the little Yordle. He does have the rocket, but it's just blasting away on the tanky Galio. And front line comes through for Egg Muffin. The Rift Herald was able to get a little bit of damage onto the turret, but not quite enough to take it down. Still has about a quarter health. Baron is live on the map. Next Drake, as well as check in very quick, is a Mountain Drake. And so far, 2 Drakes over Smoke Show. 3rd Drake would mean an easy time taking the Baron.
Was wondering if Landex was going to jump in there. Probably best that he didn't. However, Zaya had already used her ultimate, so it could have been an advantageous position. Salic jumping in, probably a bad choice.
Oof. Yeah, 1v1 against the tank support of Tarek and 0-0, who's currently now 11-4. Gonna need a little more than that. Commander C in the top lane, gonna get CC'd to death, starts the ult. Can he get a revenge kill? Cag Fancy is fairly low. Looks like he just wants to farm in the mid lane. Whoa! Fadelo goes in deep, gonna spell his death. Almost takes out the Janet, but a nice monsoon puts him safely out of harm's reach. The almost looked like Jinx's rocket finished a turret, but she's actually in the bottom lane. Wasn't able to clean up her own turret. It was just so perfectly timed. That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Oh, and now Commander C has had technical issues as well, but he's reconnected immediately. Cag Fancy ult comes in. 0-1-0 with the ult. Anti-CC takes out Kaisa. The chase and the stun onto Salic. He doesn't have the armor yet. He's completely worn down, and that's going to be a 2nd kill. Unless he proves me wrong. Nope, the flash from 0-1-0 makes sure that I'm telling the truth, as Cag Fancy is able to escape, but that's going to be a mid-lane inhibitor turret going over to Team Smoke Show, because it is all about the Zaya show right now.
Yeah, it's what I was saying earlier. If Zaya gets fed, she can be so terribly difficult to deal with because of that ultimate, and the stacked feathers makes any melee range champion just a nightmare to try and kill her. Popping that E and reducing them to half health. However, Cag Fancy trying to make a good run of it. 0-1-0 still at full mana bar, running back. Cag Fancy lands a 2nd root onto her and manages to put Zaya or Jinx into position to take her down. And it looks like Seductive Sushi is going to be the second one to follow. And I believe that, yes, managed to get taken down. And is Fadelaw going to be able to turn this around? He's got 1. Is he going to get 2? No. Landex comes in, has something to say about it, and CC's down and kills the Wukong. And it's going to look like Salic's going to tank out the Baron with Landex. They should have the DPS to take this down. While the Swain almost manages to get himself a cheeky little kill there.
That was pretty beautiful. A lot on Cag Fancy's engages, just finding the right time to Zenith Blade, get the stuns down, and then the flash ultimate to catch the Heimer at the very end of it. Beautifully played there. Double tanks, Cag Fancy and Salic able to hold the Baron long enough for the damage from Landex to come out and clean that one up. So now Baron up as well. Egg Muffin may not show it in kills, may not even show it in gold, but I think that, as you talked about very early on, this late game is just going to prove to be too potent for Smoke Show.
Indeed. The late game team fighting especially And I've got to give Cag Fancy crazy props for carrying these last few fights. Despite the fact that he's not doing a ton of DPS, he's managing to land his engage in the proper spots and pick off the 13-kill Xayah, which is not an easy task. Fadelol looking for a little bit of revenge onto this Leona who's been giving them a ton of problems, but Cag Fancy going to grab the Blast Cone and push himself to safety. Or is he? He didn't actually proc it, and it looks like his team is going to be going over toward this Mountain Drake. Cag is going to be rotating down.
Ooh, Commander C with no vision, definitely caught out. I don't think we're going to need too many abilities to spell the death of this poor Swain. He has been Swain indeed. As 4 members going to push the top lane. 0-1-0 going to clear up the Krugs as they're just delaying time. It is a Mountain Drake over to Egg Muffin, but they're going to lose this top lane turret in trade.
Maybe... No, okay, they are going to get recalls in time for this.
Oh, Leona goes in hard with the Galio ultimate as well. That's going to knock up too. Is it going to be enough? They already clean out the Heimerdinger. The ult in from Tarek only holds him for a moment, but the rest of the team has joined. Landex now flashes to safety. Leona goes in deep, has been rooted, goes down. Xayah being able to clear that one up, but Galio takes out the Tarek in trade. Wukong finishes 2 as he has gone that lethality route and looking for the massive amounts of damage. Cleans up the fight. Jinx and Janna just holding the mid and bottom lane.
Landex went a little too ham in that fight, though. It was
forced to flash out.
Yeah, it was so... If he waited just a little bit longer, he did have the support of the Galio ultimate and the Kai'Sa ultimate. However, his bot lane was bot at the time, and it was a 4v, almost 5v2 at the end of it there. While the Swain had been taken down in the earlier matchup, it was just too much damage. They managed to knock the Heimerdinger out, but they didn't manage to get rid of the Xayah, who was such a potent threat. And with the Targ ultimate to save her life, then that is a lost team fight and a loss of momentum for
Egg Muffin.
For Team Egg Muffin.
Yeah, and the fact that Jinx, instead of heading towards the team fight after recalling, went to the mid and then towards the bottom lane just to clear those waves. I know that it's important, but sometimes it's better to go ahead, especially because they have both Nexus turrets. There wasn't any fear of, Commander C is just going to be cleared up as Landex gets that one. It gets snared, but doesn't even care about the never move. You have both Nexus turrets, so you're not terribly concerned about the minions just wiping through the base and beating on the Nexus. So probably would have been wiser to get those crit rockets in the middle of that last fight. Doesn't have it though. Baron lost on several members. I think Janna is the only one left. No, nobody has it. Maybe it has gone down since they initially picked it up. And it looks like Smoke Show is just going to rinse and repeat. They won the fight in the top lane last time. They are a member down as Wukong's pushing the bottom lane. And so it looks like they want to recall. But if she gets an ultimate down, it would be huge. Doesn't even need to just yet. Just places herself in position for the Galio ult and then gets out alive. In the meantime, Jinx is finally here with the rockets. Heimerdinger goes go down. Tarek saves the Xayah as she's able to flash over the wall and heal herself to safety. But that is a lot of summoners blown from Smoke Show. And Wukong is going to get stopped at this turret as well.
Random Jinx ult.
Yeah, maybe just hoping to do a little bit of damage, splash damage to the Wukong. Commander C heads to the bottom lane, but Cag Fancy is here. 1v2. Doesn't even need it, though. Just pushes them off of the turret. Gonna slowly stun down the Swain and get in position for Landex to just jump right in. Mid lane being pressured. The inhibitor has come back up. Salic flashes in, gets 2, but it's just supports here for the moment. Finally, Enzalor shows up. Those rockets gonna do serious damage. Xayah on the run, slow, not gonna land. Zap, I should say, not going to land, but that is going to be the Eclipse, or the Solar Flare from Leona. Is going to slow a 1-0 for a moment. Zap connects, and that's going to be Galio picking up a 5th kill for the game.
Yeah, no objectives on the map right now for Team Egg Muffin to take. They should probably push out mid lane and try and get a little damage onto that tower. But for the moment, it doesn't look... hold on, Cag Fancy with Vacruz on... I'm not sure who wants this fight, but it looks like Kag manages to bait out the ultimate. Is he going to manage to live, though?
Barely. I think that if Vacrust had been able to land a grenade stun, Leona definitely would have died. However, unable to quite position that, just got the slow. Leona able to walk to safety for a moment. Enzalor taking a little extra health off of the Heimer with the Super Mega Death Rocket, but too close to get that extra missing health percentage damage.
How many of the peeps do we have on the stream right now?
I'm actually not positive, but it is a number. I don't know if people are sticking around for a period of time. I think they're coming and going, but a lot of people that are in and out, and I appreciate that a lot. So Tiggs just working my behind off my new jobs, working at a startup, and the hours are super long. But still, congratulations to Tiggs and being able to get this job and really pursue it as well. And still have the time to stop by the stream. This is so awesome. Jake's going to make short work of the mid lane first tier turret and should be able to pressure a second one as well. Only the bottom lane from Smoke Show here to try to hold on. Wukong coming out of the base. But that is 2 quick kills, turret kills over to Egg Muffin. Another good ult from 0-0.
0-0, but of course, it's always a positive trade to trade the Leona ultimate for the Xayah ultimate. A longer cooldown on the Xayah ultimate, as well as it's just a more critical cooldown than Kag Fancy's ultimate, because there are other ways to get onto the Xayah.
I love the timing on this. Just after cleaning the second tier mid turret, Egg Muffin has the timing to immediately turn and burn on the Baron. Going all in, Smoke Show around the corner, could look for the engage. The Janna gonna die very quickly, but Kaisa, has already cleaned up the Baron. That's going to be the Kaisa, and just many members of Smoke Show going down as well. Commander C trying to get the heals off, but not nearly enough, and Egg Muffin keeps Enzalor alive through the whole fight, picking up 4 kills for the Jinx.
Enzalor with the quadra kill coming out of that. That was such a hypey fight. The Wukong jumps into the back of the pit. Fadelol getting an excellent ultimate down, but critically manages to miss the Jinx. And while he does kill the Kaisa, she has already smited down the Baron, done her job. And that was such a separated fight that most of the carries were shielded by the Baron pit, and the Tark ultimate was nearly entirely wasted in that fight. So at the moment, this is going to look like victory. I almost said vinegar over to Egg Muffin. Vinegar over to Egg Muffin. Let's go.
Vinegar to Egg Muffin. That's the vinegar on your screen. Beautifully played with just keeping the right members alive at the Baron pit. Don't worry, guys. What we're doing is we're getting out all of the casting kinks before Saturday and the tournament truly matters. I really don't know what's up with my twisted tongue. Maybe I had too much caffeine before casting tonight, but we're working it through.
I don't even play ADC, guys. Don't worry. Don't feel bad. I don't play ADC.
This is why
with the quadra kill coming through.
The support is really OP. Janna wasn't support that game. Leona was support in the top lane. Doesn't even matter. Fake lemur. Yes. He's not the new lemur. It's the fake lemur. Only true lemurs and liars. I'm the cause for the loss without a doubt. Commander C, don't even. There's way deeper gameplay than just that. Way deeper gameplay. But once again, guys, I appreciate all of you coming out anyway. Like, seriously, you guys are awesome. And
we actually do like you.
Not only do we like you.
Except Reeves. On occasion. I actually do kind of like Reeves sometimes.
Reeves is potentially moving to Georgia. So
what?
That's exciting.
Oh, no. Oh no!
That's gonna be happy go fun times. Everyone should just move to Georgia and come to Dragon Con, because we should be casting Dragon Con. I've started the communication, sending the emails. We'll find out what happens with that. Let's go ahead and roll through MVPs and honorable mentions, and then get into game number 2.
All right, MVPs, honorable
game
mentions,
3.
and shout-outs. We're gonna go over to Smoke Show first. Gonna give the honorable mention. I have to give it to Fadelol, even though he got what he deserved after all of the BM, knocking people's internet out and then killing them. Shame on you, Fadelol. However, he did do enough in those team fights to be worthy of the honorable mention this time. Managed to get I've never seen Predator Ghost Wukong before, but really it does make a ton of sense. Lots of gap closing and using those that speed to his advantage, knocking people up in team fights and generally being a nuisance, killing out both AD carries in some fights. But unfortunately, he did miss Enzalor in that last fight, which did cost them the win. But MVP for the losing side, definitely going to be 0-1-0 at 15-7 on the ADC Xayah in a lane which he really actually shouldn't have won. He did get ahead and was most of the reason that they held on as long as they did. Unfortunately, Enzalor's late game DPS on that Jinx outshone Xayah's damage. Of course, now for MVPs, honorable mentions, and shoutouts for the winning team, Egg Muffin, I'm giving honorable mention over to Landex. Landex coming out of the jungle with 11-6 on the KDA, but that's not all he did. Consistently managed to camp top lane, pressure onto the mid lane, and even showed his face bot lane several times, managed to secure objectives, and overall provide a damage source despite the fact that his carries were behind. However, the MVP is going over to Cag Fancy on the off-meta top laner. The Leona, I was skeptical to start with, but he really made it work. Despite getting damaged and pushed out of lane on several occasions, managed to keep up his farm, 10 CS ahead of a ranged matchup, scaled up, bought his items, and was on point with the ultimates, managing to put down some serious pressure onto the fed enemy AD carry, basically single-handedly removing the enemy's lead and evening out the fights every single time, and was the link that managed to even everything back out. So Cag Fancy, 100% deserving of that MVP right there. Quick shout out to Salic for a very clutch use of his ultimate all over the map.
Absolutely. Landix, how was my Kaisa? Well, I got you honorable mention for sure. D Strayed? Did you already put your in-game name? You said hello and Strayed. Okay, so it's probably Strayed as his in-game name. I'm going to guess that from what I have seen. I'm going to go ahead and friend request you if you don't mind. It's going to make it easier to find you when we get Game 3 underway, which I should probably play music in the background for. There we go. And we are going to go ahead and get ready for game number 3. But my request is on game number 3. Again, as always, please, 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 I beg you, especially because you got so many people on, don't join until you are invited specifically. The reason why is that we've got some new people who haven't played yet tonight who want to be able to get on and then organize which team they're playing on. So give them some space, give them some time. Then we don't always fully fill up as with newbies. There will be opportunity for people who've already played tonight to play again. So wait for the invite. I'm going to leave it open in case there's some new people just running around customs that wants to join. But wait for the invite and we'll get you into the game. So here we go. Live casting 5v5 join today. I kind of change it up every time. I really haven't had a static one for a while.
I wish people could see you talking with your hands. It's below the camera, so they can't see you moving your hands all over the table.
How much I talk with my hands.
It's really glorious, guys. Just take my word for it. However, yes, Lorenzo, I did notice the Jinx play, and it was an excellent quadra kill. If I didn't give you a shout-out, you deserve a shout-out for the positioning in that last team fight. Anyway.
Oh, wait. I didn't add the one guy who is new. Oh no, I saw Straight Jacket. I should. Did you friend me? I might have missed you. Nope, I'm not. Alright, well, I'll just send you oh, there he is. He's in there. I think Reeves got him in, invited him anyway. So, that clutch redemption on the Jinx, though. Keeping him healed. Invite
That's
me
true.
to play no games yet tonight. Yep. Not like I wanted you to notice or anything. Baka. All the diamonds and plats. Yeah, this is going to be... Wow. I should not be in this. Get me out.
Team kick the silvers.
Team kick the silvers.
Oh,
You're
wow.
silver with plat skill. Phoenix Star, welcome. Oh, she jumped out. Aw. Phoenix Star, you left. Well, I'll just post that anyway, for most people haven't. Again, if you have a spot, absolutely, Salik. What we're probably going to do is give it just a moment. I got 86 more honors. Oh, I got 86% more honors than the average players. Are you in honorable mention?
I have 150% more honors than Tyler won. Actual stats.
Honorable mentions. I don't know. You're at least in the game, just 86% more honorable mentions. So I feel so good about myself. Thanks, Rito. I see. Yeah, I get a lot of honors, and it's probably because everyone knows me from the stream, but that doesn't mean that I should always get honors. Every elo is just a shiny silver. I don't know, what do you guys... Somebody was actually breaking down the skill cap level between EU, LCK, NA, and Oceania, because there's this idea that Oceania Diamond is EU Plat, is NA Gold, is Korea Silver, right? Mm-hmm. And the way that he broke it down, percentage players in those ranks-wise actually was fairly equal between all of them. Oceania may have been just a little bit less, but the only issue is that there's so few players in comparison between Oceania and all the other groups that they really just don't compare. And what is interesting is that NA is actually third place in players. EU and LCK have nearly the same. Both are capping about, I think EU is 1.5 million players and LCK is 1.6 million players. NA is at like 900,000 players, which is really interesting. So yeah, see, NA Challenger is Korean Master, Oceania Challenger is Korean Diamonds. Is the theme, but this guy found out that it may not be true, so. I'm Diamond 5 NA, but when I was back in Korea, I got Plat 1 with just 50 games, so there's that. There's that. NA Bronze equals Korean Challenger? I think it's the other way around, dude. I see. No, yeah, NA Bronze equals Korean Challengers play at... No, it's the opposite.
Yeah.
It should be the opposite, so... Hey, Viger! Yeah, we'll invite him. I don't like your username, but it's been a while since you've played. How about we do this? We'll invite Viger... And then for the last one, hey, Gudju Young, bro, do you have space? Oh yeah, you just messaged me. Just message me. Bronze and Masters are all the same. Is that true though? Is that really true? Because I certainly don't think it's true. Hashtag poor. Can you change it with RP? Hey, Salik won the invite roulette. I was gonna change when I get paid. Did you not get paid, Viger? Why do birds fly north for summer? Because they are from North Korea? What? Viger. Because they're from North Korea. There's one more I think. I'm not fast enough. Either am I. No! Mola Mola font! Because it's faster than walking. Why do birds fly north for the summer? Because it's faster than walking. Ugh. What were you gonna say?
Someone broke into your house and put cabinets in your kitchen. Like
The cabinets have always been there. But the
doors
doors to the cabinets
on
are
the
new.
cabinets in the kitchen.
Yes.
There haven't been doors
Yes.
there before.
Braun came in and put his door all over my kitchen. And now I have unbreakable doors all over my kitchen.
Strike like grandmother.
Congrats to everyone who got in the invite roulette game. Was able to make it in. BRB changing laundry. Team O. We already did that. Team O the Scout. Team Kimochi. Why do I feel like that's something that he's told me to do before? I looked it up and it wasn't the best. Oh no, it's the feeling. Okay. Team Kimochi. I'm okay with this. Oh, Rezra, you hosted me for one viewer? You're so nice. That was a while ago, but I thought I'd mention it anyway, so don't ban Timo. There you go. Hey, if you don't mention it, then maybe they won't ban it. Vigor says that as soon as he gets paid, he's going to change his name. I don't know if I believe him, but we'll roll with it for now. It's been a while since he's played. We'll let him play and just refer to him as Vigor. Should change it sooner than later, though. No. Team Scorched. There you go. Team Scorched. I like that. His cat's on the other side of that team, but I don't care. I don't care. Scorched. That's not even how you spell scorched. But you know what? It's totally Lee. Let's see here. Who's got it? Reeves. Oh, wait. I should check. Oh, yeah. Plat. Ah, good enough. Lemur versus everyone. Rezdra's the real hipster. Pretty much. I don't stream popular games. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to game number 3 from the night. This is XLNC Shoutcasting. I'm Jake Kelton. This is Wraith, who's not over there because he's hanging out with me tonight, which is totally awesome. We shoutcast custom games that you guys get to play in. You can see the link below, blah, 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 blah. Well, let's talk about this game because we're going to have all the mid laners banned away. We got Lemur, we got Reeves, we got Cat, we got Nyong, which basically for Nyong means you need to ban every champion in the game to prevent him from taking it mid.
Except for the normal.
Except for meta champions. Don't ban meta. He did play Orianna that one game a while ago. He said that in that game there were too many plots and diamonds and he actually had to go legit and he went Orianna mid. But Zoe already banned away, and then of course against Reeves you always ban the Anivia, though Reeves' ban list is about a mile long. As LeBlanc, the last ban from Team Kimochi, which is the feeling.
Yes, indeed.
The feeling of stacking up those MVPs, that's what I'm saying.
Alright, so thank heaven that the Zoe's banned away. That's such a real cancer. Now the real question, Jake,
Yes.
is Reeves going to play Vigar again?
I doubt that he's going to play the mid lane inting Vigar, 0 and 18, but destroyer of 7 turrets, if I believe the last count was. We'll see if that goes down again. We do have several people that can play mid lane, so I highly doubt that's going to happen. However, he's got 1 second to pick his champion before it locks in, and it is going to be Jin! Okay, so hold on. We got to back this up here, right? So Reeves is a mid laner who decided that there was bias against bottom lane ADCs on Wraith's MVPs and honorable mentions, so decides to start playing bottom lane ADC. Doesn't do great. He does okay, but doesn't do great the first time or two that he plays it. Then plays Sivir last week and decimates the game with it to the point that he does earn MVP for ADC. And now picking up your judgmental Jin.
Yeah,
He is pouring all the salt on you right now.
he's trying really hard, like, to get the MVP. But Jin is so right now. Like, he's picked in LCS. Basically, the
For Engage.
the LCS will pick Jin whenever they can get away with picking Jin, because he's so good for long range engage and CC. But as a DPS late game carry, he is garbage right now. Like, they buffed him a little bit, but he gets out carried by literally everyone, and it makes me depressed. However, well, what? Are you seeing what I'm seeing? maybe Reeves is picking up
Jin for somebody else.
Because he's hovering the smite. If he takes jungle Jin, I might just like throw my chair and walk out of the room.
No. It's gonna be Jack's jungle. He's gonna trade with Strayed, and Sion is gonna be the top laner. Probably will take teleport. We'll see. Could be trading it around. Vitrulian picking up the Teemo for the top lane. Probably going to be trading it with Teemo the Scout. Would make a lot of sense. Lemur also picking up Ashe for the bottom lane ADC route. Could keep it, or more than likely could also trade with Salik, who's played ADC quite a bit before. We'll have to see how that goes down as we get into the second ban phase, and it's going to be more mid laners banned against Lord Reeves. See, I could see that happening. Lord Reeves picked for somebody else, and he's going to see how many mid laners get banned against him, and then picks the one that isn't banned against him to play that. As top laners banned away from Team Kimochi, taking the Poppy away, probably going to pick another mid laner. Yep, there's the Orianna. Ooh,
Yeah,
love it when I call
it looks like Lemur is taking Ashe ADC, so we're going to be seeing Reeves and Lemur squaring off in the ADC role. Definitely going to be interesting. Catnator hovering the Scion with heal rather than teleport or exhaust.
So the Talia, I wondered for a second why there was a Rakan there, as they already had a Thresh, but Cag fancy picking up the Talia for the mid laner, whoever it is, on Team Scorched, and it is, okay, so we'll have to see if trades come around, but Veigar was picked up as the jungle for Kimochi, and Riven picked up, most likely for the top lane, which means it could be something wacky. I'm not even going to worry about it for right now.
Jack's jungle is the pick. Yeah, Lord Reeves is Jack's jungle, always. I knew it. So Catnator on the Jin, okay. Nong on
Cleaning it up.
Yeah, okay, yeah, that makes sense.
And Zach for the final pick for Team Scorch, which I actually love that pick for their team composition. And of course, Teemo the Scout gets his Teemo! Fadelol does not get the...
Wait, what?
No, last game.
Wait, no, Reeves traded back.
I think he's just messing. I don't think that's going to stay.
I hope so.
I really don't think that's going to stay. But the Shaco last game, Fadelol was not able to pick up, but Teemo gets his Teemo after all. So
Reeves just traded off of Smite? Is he gonna change back? He better do it.
What's it gonna be? What's it gonna
be? 2, 1.
Jungle.
GG.
Vigor support.
GG.
Well, there it is.
Oh, there it is.
It's always a second load before the game gets underway. But...
Oh, that was close.
And Kirby Fest Teemo, welcome to the chat. Appreciate you hanging out. And I know that you're playing in the game, so no worries if you can't stick around for the chat or the stream at the same time as you play the game. But let's roll through the champions and their players real fast. Take it away for Team Kimochi.
For Team Kimochi, we've got a ridiculously stacked roster. We've got Lord Reeves on Jackson, the jungle, Strayed on Scion, top Catnator on Jin in the ADC role, Nong on Ridden top, and Veigar on Veigar in the mid lane.
Over to Team Scorched. We've got Vitrulian taking the Thresh bottom lane support role. Lemur with the Ashe ADC route. Teemo the Scout, confident last week, didn't get his Teemo. Confident this week, we'll see if the Teemo does in the top lane. Cag Fancy with the Talia in the mid, and Salik, not Kaldoran, I'm always going to say that just because it's so fun, on the Zac in the jungle. All right, let's trade it up a little bit. You talk for just a minute about Team Kimochi, because I want to talk about Scorched and why I love this composition so much.
Okay, actually, I misspoke. Scion is going to be support, most likely. Overall, the composition's a little bit weird, to be honest. You've got a lot of duelists and fighters. Mm-hmm. Basically, this is kind of a pick composition revolving around Jin's long-range CC, Scion's ultimate, and you've got like side lane dueling potential. You got maybe a 1-3-1 type composition. Jackson a side lane, Riven in a side lane, Jin, Scion, Veigar mid.
Yeah, it's a Veigar support, Scion mid. That's why he's taking barrier.
That makes absolutely no sense.
Okay, well, I've seen it before, and I think I agree with the chat.
Why would you take barrier though? With
Because
not
he's
exhaust?
going to get bursted down very quickly. He's a squishy bottom lane, and against either a Thresh or an Ashe, just general poke or hook, taking barrier keeps him alive a little bit longer. Basically, all Vigar's going to be doing is slowing and throwing down his snare, or harassment, really, and throwing down his snare. We'll see. I may be wrong about it. We may be wrong about it, but...
Scion's the better pick for support.
I could see that. I could definitely see that. Scorched, what I love about this lane, or this team overall as a whole, is Talia roam in the mid lane is very powerful. In addition to the fact that Zack's stretching strike is so massively ranged, they have huge engage potential. Include that with Ashe's ultimate. If you line up these CCs, Ashe can ult from a screen away, lock someone down long enough for Zack to then stretching strike in. Talia can roam in to wall them off. Elastic slingshot. Sorry, stretching strike is where he slams two together. Yes. The Frugal World, which I think I was just talking to you. We need to draw up designs for the flailing banner guy skin for Zack.
So you know those funny straw men type things that wave around out in front of car dealerships and
Car
stuff?
dealership.
We were talking this weekend that Zack needs a skin like that so that when he's walking around, he's just, whoa! And the arms are flapping and waving around behind him.
It'd be awesome.
Yeah, the skin needs to happen.
It would be. I'll draw up some designs, send them into Riot. Once I get hired by Riot, then I'll make sure that it happens. And it will be our stream's Zack skin, which will be fantastic. But, so the engage from Team Scorched, I am a big fan of. I think that if they line up those CCs well, they're going to do great. The issue is that Ashe is not really a huge CC. And as you talked about, the fighters coming out from Team Komochi, if they can get close enough to the enemy, they're going to have the CC from the Riven, the CC from the Jax, the CC from the Scion ult, the CC from the Jhin snare and his slows on his ult. I mean, they have seriously stacked CC when in close quarters, and nearly all of them are AoE. Vigar's circle of stun, Jax's AoE, Riven's AoE. They have a lot of AoE CC, and I think with all of that combined, the teamfight power is just going to be way too strong from Komochi if they get into that 5v5 situation.
Absolutely, Jake. Now, rearrange these things really quick, and we're going to see if there are going to be any invades. We know Lord Reeves is absolutely notorious for calling invades, so I'm expecting blue side to just bum rush to the side. Now, let's see who has the early game advantage. Riven with Broken Wings is a very strong level 1 duelist. Jax, if he starts stun, does give CC, but it does look like they're just going to go straight for... Are they going to go in? They might. No, they're just camping a brush. Cag Fancy getting a little bit of damage down onto straight, but nothing to speak of, and nobody's going nowhere.
Looks like they're just going to play it safe, get some vision down. There was the initial ward place that Team Scorch was able to see, so they know that there's some vision from Komochi on their blue side. But I don't think anything too crazy is going to happen. So lanes to watch for me would be where these junglers go. Both have incredible engage, both the Jax being able to jump in, land his CC, the Zack able to stretching strike from a huge distance away. Huge potential for getting a lane steamrolling. And I think that Team Scorch's Teemo needs to play very, very safe in that top lane because a Jax Riven combined power could easily be able to get that Riven snowballing and just shove Teemo completely out of lane.
I must say, I'm definitely preferring the Vigar in the mid lane over the Scion. While Scion mid lane is meta right now, Vigar...
the Vigar actually wisely threw out the Q. Still going to get a double flay as Lemur's going to get a little bit of poke damage. Katnir's really deep. Exhaust is down, but remember, Vigar doesn't have exhaust. Lemur forces the flash out of the Jhin, and now Sex with Vigar going to take a lot of damage. Vet might be able to kill him. Slows onto Katnir as well. Ashe having to back out, and it looks like no kills will go down, but a lot of summoners burn from both sides. ADC's completely burned all spells.
Yeah. Unfortunately, Jin did not have the flash backup, because in that situation he would have been able to kill Lemur with that from that HP. Now, as I was saying, I much would have preferred the Vigar in the mid lane, because his mechanic is all about getting CS and building up AP for late game. He doesn't bring a ton besides this big AoE stun to the bottom lane, and damage-wise, he really needs to be hitting minions and getting some damage up. Otherwise, he's not going to be nearly as useful late game as he could be.
Yeah, so 7 farm to the 14 by the Ashe. He is slowly pushing it in as Cataneo tries to sneak a couple with those long-range shots. But the engage in that bottom lane still heavily on Scorch's side, both from a standpoint of the hooks from Vet, the Flay, as well as we saw earlier into it. I like the initial engage. It was just unfortunate that they didn't land any actual kills on Kimochi, and Vigor didn't actually flash either. He kind of saved a lot of his spells, which was really good because he was put quite low. Instead was just smartly saving him. Talia being a little harassed out in the mid lane, Sion being up in farm there. Teemo in the top lane, double the farm of the Riven, forcing her underneath the turret. So doing some nice harassment on his side as well. And looks like the Unraveled Earth just going to slow Sion's eventual result onto the turret.
Yeah, bot lane, that early game engage really playing out nicely and drawing jungle pressure down to the bot side, but the bottom lane sniffing it out, pulling back, not allowing Zac the ability to get on, and it looks like Lord Reeves is going to cross Zac's path really quick. And if he had wanted to, he really could have taken that 1v1, having vision on everybody on the map, but decides not to, perhaps wisely so.
Yeah, one of the nice things with the Jax, especially into a Zac, is the ability with his stun, because it's AoE, to go ahead and charge that after you pop the Zac passive, and as those little blobs start to come together, you can stun all of them and do a ton of damage, and depending on what level it is, late game, you may be able to even clear all of them and finish off Zac before they're able to recombine and bring him back up. So it's pretty powerful if you place it just right and time it really just right. Need more Ari skins, yes. Oh, Vet maybe going down here, tries to get the hook, but not going to be enough. Lord Reeves on the gank. Lemur should go down here as well. No summoners to speak of. Going to try to get the last shot onto Cat. Ooh! Just in time, finishes it, trading a 2-for-1 in the bottom lane. So didn't end empty-handed, but still nice timing from the Jax coming in before the summoners were back up for Lemur, as well as Vitrillion just being caught out a little bit too far forward. And had the flash, probably decided that it wasn't worth it, considering that he got just bursted so low.
Yeah, I was about to say, Vigar unfortunately started pushing the wave, and if he really just left it like this, it would freeze out of its own accord and give Jin a substantial lane advantage. As it is, it might still freeze, but it was going to freeze out on its own. So, wave control is one of my favorite things. So.
Yeah. Oh, he just missed it. Very close, but not too bad for the Jin. He just needs to be safe when he's 1v2 now to not get caught out by Vitrillion. However, Lemur with that kill now level 4, which is, I think, paired up. It is just Vitrillion just ticked 4 as well, so now it is all 4 in the bottom lane. So no level 6 of to speak of. Junglers level 5. Lord Reeves is actually level 4, but it should be level 5 fairly soon. And it is the solo laners that are starting to tick those ultimates. We talked about the roam potential from the Talia on the CAG Fancy, harassing straight out of lane, which means there's potential for Talia to go somewhere.
Yeah, not liking the early game lethality from Jin. They picked that in the LCS primarily. Oh wow, I thought that hook was gonna hit. Primarily for the early game damage, and the fact that it's a lot easier to build and get an early game advantage out of it. However, it's really not cost effective, especially if the game goes late. If you can end before about 25 to 30 minutes, it's the most cost effective thing you can get. However, for the most part, I find it to be more advantageous to pick up an an IE or an Essence Reaver. Essence Reaver if you're losing lane, IE if you're winning.
Top lane Teemo is really kind of starting to show his stuff. 64 farm to the 40. Oh, Lemur did not have to flash. Nicely played Lantern by Vitrillion, kept him into safety. But yeah, Teemo just harassing Nong Nong away from minions. That's basically how the top lane has gone. And should be able to just continue to make that even stronger. I like the pickup of the Ninja Tabby just for that extra armor against all the auto attacks that Riven's going to put out.
Riven, once again, every time she goes up for CS, Teemo right up in her face, getting more and more damage down. Good to see. What?
Whoa! Catinator going deep. Lemur's not quite dead yet. Sidesteps the last shot from Catinator, and Vigar picks it up in the top lane. No, gets the damage down. We missed most of that fight, and we can actually go back. I forgot, because we are fancy free here. And let's go ahead and check this out. Whoop! Oh no, this is way back. Okay, so in the top lane, I'm going back a little, just a hair more. Jeez.
You can hit back.
We don't normally do this, guys.
Seconds.
Backspace does 15 seconds? Okay.
Backspace does.
So let's just watch this bottom lane here initially, and then we'll see what happens. So Vigar flashes away from the turret because he was taking turret aggro. Catinator flashes forward, the heal forced out from Lemur, and then he sidesteps the last shot there from the Jhin, and Vigar, I think, picks it up just with the Q. And then Zac comes in. Or no, sorry, that's Talia. Sorry, flies in with the ultimate. Cleans up Catinator. Vigar very low. Vitrillion should be able to finish getting him down with the help of Cag Fancy. Zac coming in from the side, but I don't think he's going to make it in to be a part of the fun. Okay, you talk about... Whoop. Oh, no one's killed him just yet. Such a normal speed. There we go. And then let's see what happened in the top lane.
Nong takes 6. I'm guessing Teemo takes tower aggro. And just here in a second, Nong comes forward, stuns. Yeah, it's the tower. That's what I expected.
With the ultimate from Nong, nice flash from Teemo to try to reposition, throws down the mushroom as well, avoids the ult from Nong, but he just flashes in to get the last auto with his, not Broken Wings, because that's the Q. I'm trying to remember the name of the ultimate. Wind Slash, thank you. I didn't need the Wind Slash, but with that extra AD that gets powered up when the ultimate has been activated, just auto attacks down the rest of Teemo. So it picks up the first kill in the top lane, and of course everything gets messed up when I do that, which is why I very rarely do that. Here we go.
Alright, so Nong managing to pull back a little bit of that advantage from the Teemo. Still down a substantial amount of CS, but the kill's probably going to even out that gold a little bit. In the mid lane, Sion, a decent 20 CS lead up over that Talia, but I really don't think Sion scales all that well with AP, so...
Yeah, interesting choice. Usually you see more of that straight tank or slight bruiser route. Zac charging up in the mid lane, tries to get in, not going to land the stretching strikes, and Sion's going to be able to walk to safety.
Yeah, with this build right now, Catinator needs to be pressuring. He needs to be winning this lane because lethality, the laning phase, is the strongest point of that build. That's why I almost always go crit early, because unless you guarantee you're going to win the lane, get more kills, and snowball your lead, unless you can guarantee that, then it's a disadvantageous build.
Oh, the Salak stunned underneath the turret. Going to take a lot of damage. Nong fairly unaffected by that. Jax, in the meantime, picking up that Infernal for Kimochi is going to be a big deal as the game continues to scale further. Nice hook onto Vigar. He's going to be picked up. And Vitrillion actually gets credit for that kill as Teemo maybe going to try to avoid going underneath the turret this time around.
Agreed. Let's see. Is Timo? He's still managing to space very well, and it strayed, looking like he might get the solo kill down onto the mid lane. Talia.
Oh!
That was almost really cool.
The heal
And
has
Lord
been there.
Reeves!
Gonna be plenty to finish off the Talia. Nice positioning. Timo the Scout on the run, but that's one mushroom Nung Nung's hit. Doesn't even need to hit the others. Now Lord Reeves on the run from Salak, but I don't think going to be too worried. There are pings from the rest of the team. Jin goes ahead and starts the ultimate, slowing Salak down. Vet and Lemur here as well. Fourth shot, just going to miss. Nice little move. Fifth shot, also going to miss.
Yeah,
as you like to call it.
Yeah, everyone forgets about that one. I've gotten so many kills off of that. They're like, ha, dodge the fourth shot, or survive the fourth shot.
Let me stand here and recall.
W comes in, dead.
So 5 kills to 4. Small advantages for Kimochi across the board, but game far from over yet. Timo is still 20 farm and growing in the top lane. In the bottom lane, 10 farm over for the Ashe. Is the jungle. Jack's in the lead, huge. Oh, double stun there from Lord Reeves. Lemur taking a lot of damage. Flay backwards. However, he should be able to jump to an ally and live just fine. Nice snare from Vigar, slowing Vitrolian's escape, as well as Jin looking for the snare. Already used it, so they are going to back off. Vitrolian about half health. And Lemur, ult just going to fly to nowhere. Flay backwards, but the ult from Vigar going to clean up the Thresh. Cag Fancy in here, having ulted down here. Rode the wall, but only to his own doom, as Vigar should be able to pick that up just with an auto. And nice positioning there from both the Vigar and Reeves, who stuck around for it, is going to grant them 2 extra kills over to Kimochi's side, as in the top lane, Timo just runs right back through his shrooms.
Yeah, however, Nong Nong's, whatever that thing is
Catinator may be in trouble. Nice little slam to the minions. Let's bounce, not going to land. As Catinator, still goes down. Lemur with a nice placed volley, going to pick that one up, and now Vigar on the run. Easily killed away. Sion ganking the top lane. Can't be disabled by no mushrooms. He is a warrior lord, and Riven gets credit for that kill in the top lane.
Actually, he's a Hex Tech-like mechanic right now.
He was a warrior.
They laid him off.
Now he's a walking furnace.
Yeah. Lord Reeves versus Red Buff. It was close, but Reeves comes out on top.
If he was Graves, one would say there was no cigar.
Anyway, completely ignoring that. Anyway, let's see.
Yeah, Cag Fancy dived a little hard, Doomdozer. A little hard in the bottom lane. 1v3. I think he thought Jax was gone, but not going to be the case this time around. So 2k gold lead for Team Kimochi. Looks like everyone is really still playing kind of that solo queue mentality and mode. Scorched bottom lane struggling, but Ashe has now picked up 3 kills. Jin, quite a bunch of assists. Vigar becoming a little bit of a bottom lane AP carry in the top lane. Timo trying to rush in to save his poor Zac, and it looks like he's going to push Nong Nong off the Zac. Passive is down, though, for the next team fight. Something to keep your eyes on up there.
Yeah. I'm really... Okay, Ashe has picked up Essence Reaver now, so going less the early DPS route and more on toward the multiple ult. However, in the mid lane, we're still seeing a substantial CS lead for Strayed on the Scion. Still, not totally convinced of Scion as an AP mage. Nong Nong popping the sweeping lens, clearing out some of the mushrooms. Now the question is, will Timo manage to be able to 1v1 Nong Nong at this point? Looks like about an even trade, a little bit better with, or a little bit in Timo's favor with the poison coming through.
Well, Rift Herald picked up by Jack, securing both neutral objectives so far in the game. Let's check really quick. It is another Infernal Drake coming up, which would be even more powerful in Kimochi's hands. Zac up there trying to stall a little bit on that Riven push. In the bottom lane, That's the Lantern down, hook onto both of them, actually. A really nice flay. Pushes Vigar back underneath the turret. Lemur should be able to pick that one up despite the Baron. The flash from Vigar puts himself in a good position, but it's a kill treated for a kill. The Vigar ultimate just too strong.
Counterplay!
And now the Jin able to push the Thresh backwards. May even be able to get a kill here from the last shot. Grenade not quite going to land. Rift Herald slams down the mid turret, slams down the second tier turret as well, putting it to about half health before falling. Thresh able to survive in the bottom lane despite being super low health. The Jin ult did just go on cooldown. Actually, let's go back and watch that
used
again.
It, but he missed.
And I want to see. Oh, so it just went wide on a bunch of those shots.
Yeah, it's more difficult to hit than you think.
I've played Jin, unfortunately. It is quite annoying. Kadir's still chasing in. Could try to W down Vitrillion, but Scion is here. That's all he needed, was to keep Vitrillion from backing. Katanair still gets credit for the kill, thanks to the Scion slow, and that's going to be bot lane turret. And this game has been blown open, wide open by Kimochi.
Yep. And the Infernal Drake takedown is going to be so important. No one uses Infernal Drake better than Jin because of his percentage AD ratios, and Cag Fancy gonna take down Catinator for a quick kill.
Nice Weaver's Wall puts him in good position to be able to pick up that kill, and now chasing in onto the second Infernal Draked up team. The Unstoppable Zac not going to catch anyone, but Lord Reeves out of position, slowed down, can't escape. Scion ultimate comes in, but Lemur's tanky enough to handle that. However, Salak may be going down to the undead Scion, chasing in, just trying to auto people down. Vigar around the corner could try to get a kill, but underneath the turret, the blind down onto Nong Nong. Will it be enough? Maw of Morales has been popped. It's not even Maw. Oh yeah, it is. Repositioning there once again. Goes in. One more auto attack. Waits out the blind. And the Devil Teemo dragged back to hell.
Nong Nong smartly recalling in the proper place right there, knowing that at any moment he could step on a shroom.
The shrooms all around. In this case, not too close, and able to back safely away as reposition everybody around. But good play from Cag Fancy going to the bottom lane, picking up 2 kills for Team Scorched, even though they lost the top lane. Teemo and the turret, I don't think will be that far to follow. It's extremely low health. I think Nong Nong thought he was going to be able to auto it to finish it off before cleaning up Teemo. However, the blind, just enough stun onto the Ashe, pulls him in nice with the Thresh Lantern, Dark Passage, and Vigar going to fall as Lemur kills and cleans that one up.
Just a lazy overextension by Vigar there.
Is it overextension or is it a good bait by the Vigar? Ashe ult just gonna whiff by. However, Catinator does get a little slowed. Scion ultimate not gonna happen just yet. Knock up onto Salak. Uses the stopwatch, extremely low health. Doesn't wait out before the passive. There's a Scion ultimate straight into a rock wall. Cag Fancy trying to get what damage he can down. Strayed across the wall, still gets finished off. Jin ultimate gonna clean up the Ashe in the top lane. 1v1, the blind not gonna last long enough once again. Catinator tries to clean up. Cag uses the heal to keep himself alive for the moment. Lord Reeves gets the stun, but Vet doing a good job of tanking and CCing the enemy. Now, can he do enough to get 2 more kills for Cag Fancy? Taking a little more harass, and it looks like Kimochi's gonna pull off of that one.
About an even trade on that particular one. It's technically a 1-for-2 in the long run, but of course Teemo went down in the top lane, so across the board an even trade of kills.
Yeah, and it's huge that this Riven is now 4-0 in the top lane. Getting huge, has picked up Maw, and that seems to be more than enough to handle the Teemo's damage this early into the game. And is just going to continue to pressure that top lane turret because a lot of the rest of the fights are either going in Kimochi's favor or going even. And so just continues to stack up even stronger. Farm is about even between the two, but those kills are just going to lead to better things for the Riven.
And more importantly, Infernal Drakes. You've got 2 of them on to the side of Kimochi. And that's just incredibly potent on this team. Jax loves Infernal Drake. Scion, especially... What the... Okay, then.
Cag Fancy almost immediately executed in the mid lane. Zac Kidnapping 2 pulls him underneath the turret. That's going to be about it. Nice shield from Straight. Going to easily block that one up. Nong Nong going to be slowed down, but not too worried. As the Ashwell comes in, it stops the Scion, not fast enough. Still gets the Sundown onto Salak. However, flashes forward. Scion ultimate, stopping Teemo from continuing the chase. However, Ash here for the slows. Will it be enough? Broken Wings gets riven out for the moment. And the ult from Veigar just going to clean up the Teemo. Support Veigar 5, 5, and 3 in the bottom lane. Hook lands onto the Veigar, but Jax here should be able to clean this up hugely in Kimochi's favor. The Zac passive has been popped. Ash has already fallen. Talia 1v1ing the Jhin goes down in the bottom lane. And this game is completely Kimochi favored.
That is a wipe across the board. Everyone going down for the side of who is it? Of Scorched. Sorry, I haven't been saying that very much.
No, you're I mean, honestly, because the whole game's been about Kimochi's plays.
Now the question is, will Kimochi manage to be able to trade aggro enough to take down this Baron? Nong Nong versus the Baron. Is he going to be able to live? Reeves takes the aggro now. The dodge is up. Straight tanking damage. Reeves smites early. Is he going to be able to do it? One more auto. Is he going to get it? Executed!
The execution!
Oh!
And now,
humanity!
Teemo, I'm sorry, your mushroom is not fast enough to chase down Catinator. He's going to be able to escape that one. And good ward placement sees the rest of Scorched as they come out of the base.
Boosted!
This game looking yikes. Doomdozer, at least yikes for Team Scorched, as they're going to get burned across the map. Veigar, however, in a spot of trouble. Exhaust slows him down enough for the hook as well. And it looks like he's still going to trade on to Teemo because he's Veigar, and that's what Veigar does, is Q ult people and win trades.
Okay, then.
It's a Luden's... Okay, Luden's Echo, double needlessly large rod.
And Nong Nong's just going to kill Lemur.
Oh, nice flash. Could grab the lantern as well. In the meantime, Nong Nong has been slowed. The rest of Scorch going to get out of the Jhin ultimate range. The Teemo Shroom, is it going to spell the death? Weaver's Wall, not going to be enough. But the Ash stun, that's going to clean that one up. Now Jax coming in looking for the Ash. Jumps in, however, flayed backwards. Lemur trying to position well, but Scion has teleported to the back line. Going to get the cleanup on that kill. Cag Fancy, nice little knock up to the side. However, Straight's ultimate going to slow them down. They're not able to escape. Lord Reeves, very low health, but doesn't even matter. Vitrillion, no mana, going to be cleaned up. And Scion chases down the Talia. Catinator thrown back, but isn't going to be enough. With the Teemo blind, comes in, cleans up one. Can he get out of range of the Scion Q? Gets that one, throws down a mushroom. If Lord Reeves blind walks into this one, maybe enough. The poison ticks away, and Lord Reeves,
oh, triumph! Do not auto attack the True! Oh no!
Teemo Mushroom sneaks his way into a kill there. 3 and 7.
Teemo, all chat calculated.
Absolutely calculated. Ooh, that got me stressing, guys. My heart's pumping too quick. Veigar pushes the bottom lane out. Still massively favored Kimochi. Oh, Thresh here. Barrier up from the Veigar. Cannot get the stun down. I don't think I've seen Vitrillion ult in a while, but that is going to be the kill once again on the overpushed Veigar.
Yeah, and he flashed forward for that. It's curious. Interesting.
If I used both needlessly large rods and just slap my opponent with them hard enough, I might be able to still get this kill.
Well, you're Veigar, so that's definitely a possibility.
As long as you're smacking R, yeah. You could easily kill at least
if
one.
If the needlessly large rods are bound to your R key.
How about this, Veigar? Perhaps don't overpush until your ult's off cooldown. Then you can guarantee a 1-for-1 kill. Until then, just keep it slow and don't over ult. So bottom lane, Ocean Drake gonna be picked up once again. Third Drake going over to Kimochi, and that is going to continue to stack up their power. Baron is live, Kimochi with eyes on it, but so is Scorched, trying to get some wards and vision down. Now, nice thing about Zac is that he is pretty good about stealing, being able to blast cone himself over the wall, try to smite, and then hop his way back to safety, a little hop over the wall. But in this case, I mean, it's still a thing you can do with Zac. That's you can slingshot across the wall of Baron without ever actually going into it, right? I think that's still a thing. that you can smite Baron just jumping around the back of it. Vygar DC, so we should see a pause coming out. Oh, he's already back, so never mind. Never mind.
Yeah. I was about to say something very... Oh, yeah. So, looking at Jin's build right now, you've got Essence Reaver and Yumu's. That's definitely okay. However, going for an Infinity Edge afterward is... While it's a lot of AD and Jin likes AD, usually you want to top on a little bit of attack speed to make use of his kiting passive. Nong Nong taking a little bit of damage from the thing. Now, the question is, will Lord Reeves manage to be able to take this out? And with Jin's 4th shot help, it looks like he will be able to. But, yes, he does manage to smite it down.
Yeah, if Team Scorch had vision on that, there would have been an excellent opportunity to jump in when only 2 members were on it, both fairly low health, before Jin arrived. However, having that ward be blinded by the control ward from Kimochi was just really painful and hurt them in the end, as they weren't able to rotate to the Baron fast enough.
What was that Baron call Reeves? Alright. So, looking around, and it looks like Vygar just going to one-shot Vitrillion and then get caught out himself here in a second. The question is, will Lemur have enough damage? And Salek, yeah, he's dead.
The main thing on this Vygar, I think, for Team Scorched is not to burn too many ults killing him, because you need to save those ults for other team fights. Sure, it's really good to get the kill, but you don't need to burn 3 ults to get it. 2 turrets go down, though, with the Vygar distraction, as it is now meta for the Vygar distraction.
Yeah.
And thank you for that.
At the moment, we've got Cag Fancy. Look at, he's under pressure right now from the Jin ultimate. There's no vision on him, but if one of these ults connects with the lethality, it's gonna kill. Unfortunately, none of them managed to hit, and Catinator is forced to back off. They're gonna try and force a little bit onto this tower as Jax is pushing into the side lane right now. Catinator landing a 4th shot onto Teemo the Scout. Vitrillion coming forward, and with Teemo in tow is not going to find the flay, so Jin gets away. Still managing to keep a little bit of the Baron buff down, and with Strayed to support him. The flash hook not going to hit from Vitrillion, so that's a summoner blown from him, unfortunately. However, had that engage gone through, it would have been a dead Jin and possibly a dead Strayed following up. Right now, Catinator still trading just a little bit onto this Talia and almost managing to get himself a kill. Lemur's ultimate is not quite up yet, and Nong Nong manages to zone them away, keeping his Jin alive. Right now, Vygar once again returning to his natural domain in the bottom lane. Probably shouldn't be there with the Jax, who just wants to split push, and should rather be in the mid lane with supporting his ADC. However, aside from that, there's still good pressure across all lanes right now, and forcing the Talia ultimate to be burned in defense of this tower. Catinator managing to move back and forth. Good movement to dodge the Talia damage, and he's gonna ult, but it looks
Catinator,
like...
Yeah, ult started. Cag Fancy brought to quarter health, but not going to be enough. Vygar comes in. This turret may be gone as the Thresh is just wiped from the map. Teemo trying to hold the top lane against the Scion, but mid lane inhibitor already gone as well, and that's going to be Kimochi cleaning up 2, as well as the turret and inhibitor moving towards the top lane. Flash from Teemo, but the return flash from the blinded Riven doesn't even matter. Throws out the win, and oh, I can't even talk right now. I'm sorry, guys. Ashe goes down. Scion cleaning that one up with the charge. Unstoppable. The bottom lane interpreter gone as well, cleaning up all inhibitors. Kimochi on a roll. 1, 2, 3. Moving on to the Nexus turrets. They still have the Baron buff. I think it actually just left, but it's going to be plenty enough. The Flay from the Thresh flays them backwards instead of into the fountain, and that's going to be this Nexus turret going down. Everyone stands on the edge of the fountain. Who's gonna die first? It's the Reeves, of course. Doesn't even get dead. Helps the kill onto the Vygar before the Nexus gets exploded, and Team Scorched is going to lose after the about, what did you say, 15-minute mark when Kimochi just absolutely took over the game. Woo.
Oh yeah, Lemur, no AP Twitch this time.
No AP Twitch. No mid lane Vigar either from Reeves. Very clean game. Clap, clap. There we go.
All right, so let's take a quick look at MVPs, honorable mentions, and shoutouts once the client loads. Eventually, it'll happen. We have faith.
We have faith. They will eventually load in at some point in time in the future. 3 Dragons and Baron that game. Yes, the and Rift Herald as well. I think some of them were known, but regardless, it was still. Are you just following the circle around? Oh, we're still in game mode. We should be in end game. There we go. I was like, why are we on the wrong page? But still a good game overall, and I gotta say that the Vigar bottom lane was really interesting. Portal jump, that's cool too. I like that. So, did you need the mouse for MVPs and honorable mentions? Okay. Then let me just come up here and go down. Okay.
Real quick, I just want to look at advanced details at the moment.
What? Hillside Boys, him and his sister are, or her? I really don't, not actually sure. But them and their sister are masters. That is awesome. We have had one masters play before, and it is fantastic. We'd love to have you guys on. That would be really, really cool. One of the great things is if you do any videos or you put anything on YouTube, all of these videos will be on YouTube, and you can clip any highlight positions that you do, highlight plays that you do, share them with your friends. Part of the reason why we do this is so that people that aren't in the pro scene still get their games casted and have the opportunity to kind of show off some of their skill sets. And especially as masters, that is going to be super, super, super exciting. So
Alright.
Tuesday next week, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Let's roll through honorable mentions and MVPs.
All right, so we are going to be looking at Team Scourge first for MVPs and honorable mentions. So I'm going to give honorable mention. I'm going to say over to Cag Fancy. While he didn't get a lane advantage, he did manage to use his ultimate in a couple of decent ways to roam in the early game,
Right.
and used it creatively in toward the late game in order to prevent towers going down to stuff engages. So a good, very creative use of that ultimate and a decent amount of DPS out of the champion is enough, despite being put in a losing situation in the lane, and keeping up his CS with Strayed, ending up tied despite being down 20 or 10 for most of the game. That's enough to earn him the honorable mention. Lemur getting the MVP in the bottom lane. The cheese in the early game, don't know who called that, but that really swayed the lane in their favor. And despite getting camped a little bit, in the bot side, Lemur still managing to pick up a good amount of DPS and kills, getting himself and netting himself some good items and decent positioning in lane, allowing him to pump out the maximum amount of damage, giving himself overall. And I know Reeves is going to say, you gave an ADC MVP. Yeah, well, he deserved it. Okay.
Well, and one of the things I would comment for Lemur is if you watch the game, targeting was a really big thing in that game. Ashe doesn't have a crazy long range, and really, well, right, but I mean, in just the team fights, being able to select the target wisely, slowing different people down, using your Q to its highest efficiency, really good just target selection from Lemur. And I would even venture to say the Vitrillion 2, 8, and 9 died a bunch, but that 9 shows there were several times the CC and tanking that he did to get that advantage for Lemur was really, really strong. And so the two of them work together, and I would say that Lemur definitely deserves it for that target selection.
Okay, and let's see, MVPs, honorable mentions, and shoutouts for Kimochi. I'm going to give honorable mention over to Reeves for his objective control and shot calling. Doing a decent job of picking up all of the, both Infernal Drakes for a team like this.
And Rift Herald.
And Rift Herald. And I almost want to take it away because he got executed by Baron like a boosted noob. Anyway, no, but he really does deserve it. Objective control, always good from Reeves. You can count on him for that. While his damage numbers, not the highest, remember, this game is about objectives and not about kills and damage, despite the fact that killing your enemy is always fun, especially in custom games. Managing to get his team both a gold and DPS advantage through all of those objectives and the gold from the extra turrets. MVP, though, probably giving it to Nong Nong for his performance in top lane, to be honest. He was under so much pressure from Teemo the Scout in the early game, but managing to take advantage of a split second where Teemo mispositioned under the turret, giving him just enough damage to eke out the all-in and turn that lane completely on his head, turn what was the strongest point in the game into a snowballing weak point in the game. All right.
I don't know if I fully agree with that, and I actually want to throw it kind of to the chat a little bit, because as much as I dislike the username, I would say that the
not giving it to
Vigar
Vigar, no.
support for the pressure drawn, for the kill potential.
No, because I get what you mean, that he did end up getting a ton of kills, but I can't just give it to him for
No,
kills.
not for the kills, but for the pressure. The fact that he could, in almost any situation where he had his ult up, he nearly always died 1-for-1. He never just straight up died and gave over, other than, I think, one time. So pretty much every time he died 1-for-1. But he required more than one person to kill him. So he always drew bottom lane pressure, 1, 2, 3 members of the enemy team, which gave Nong Nong the opportunity to free push top lane all the way to inhibitor, because he never had to deal with anyone other than Teemo sometimes.
He did get ganked a decent amount. And the thing is that good split pushing is knowing when to back off. Yes,
this is true.
Yes, he did draw pressure, but he always died.
Okay. So what we'll say is a huge shout out to Vigar for playing a completely non-meta champ in the bottom lane and doing decently. I agree completely. He should never have pushed past River without vision, without wards, and then still dying 1-for-1 is not the most desired positioning. But it did assist other lanes with certain things. But I agree. We'll do a big shout out for that. I have a clip if you want to watch it against Shifter for a preview next week. That is pretty darn awesome, Hillside Boys.
Yeah.
Feel free, if you join the Discord, there's a memes and media page that you could definitely post that on. I would love to watch that both now, and I might just use it as kind of an intro for next week. So that'd be awesome. Only shout out, I got MVP last week. Oh my god.
Yeah. Anyway, everybody on Kimochi did a good job playing. However, I do think that Nong Nong and Lord Reeves played just a cut above, but everybody down the line played excellently, so it's difficult to say.
And if you guys, if any point, anytime tonight that you found a specific moment that you thought was hilarious or awesome, feel free to let me know or clip it from the video. These whole videos are going to be on YouTube, and I'm probably going to clip at least the 4 that I have myself and put kind of together a mini highlight reel for this week, Tuesday. But it was just fun. This is the last game of the night, as it is our 3rd game. It is past midnight. Thank you all for coming out. It was a huge turnout tonight. I know that not everyone was live, but so many people came out and even for a short period of time supported the stream, which is fantastic. Hope you guys come out and play next week as well. And again, the more people that we can get involved, the more likely that people will be playing in your level. So we can either have like a Silver's Gold game or a Plat Diamond game. I mean, we've got some Masters that are wanting to play next week, which is super darn awesome. And so we eventually could have like a Masters Challenger team, potentially. That would be crazy high casting to be able to do all that. And then don't forget as well that this Saturday we are having a tournament, Legends Series 2. If you want to get in contact with Living Stone on Discord, you can do that. He's the one who's setting all of that up. I think he has 5 of the 6 teams settled. And you definitely, there's potential to be able to pull in as a sub or something if you contact him. And we're going to be casting that over the next 6 weeks. It's 5 weeks of round robin single elimination, followed by a 6th week of best of 5 finals, which is going to be pretty darn awesome because we've never done that before. And I like watching teams grow over the course of several weeks. And you never lose a team until the 5th week. Like, you never truly see a team being out completely, so. Oh, appreciate that, Resdra. Thank you for putting that on. So, wait, bro, Livingstone doesn't work. Okay, there we go. So Resdra posted it. Thank you, Resdra. I actually wasn't sure about that, so. Yeah, I'm really up to see that highlights. No, if you saw anything that you want posted, let me know, so. But we'll see you all next Tuesday. Thank you for joining. You have an awesome night. We'll probably be on Discord chatting with a couple of you guys and for a while as I get things up on YouTube. But we love you, and see you on Discord.
All right. See you guys.